Hello, everyone.
Hello. I do believe we're all here,
Welcome, welcome.
and I see the
Guys.
volumes going up and down, so I think I'm doing a good job.
Woo.
There is audio.
Guys, my head got like vice gripped and squished into like a long rectangle at some point. I'm very unsure what happened, but it was sometime during pre-production.
Something happened.
And that's the
It will be
thing
fine.
that happened.
Who cares?
Okay.
You're just gonna be like, this is just the start of our sanity degrading, where we can start using
Yeah,
just like
right?
elongate and just twist away.
We're just distorting into the fabric of reality. But
That's
yeah,
just
how's
what it is.
everybody doing? Wise, it's been a while. What you been up to?
I have been doing all sorts of things. Things have been good. I was doing, holiday sort of things at the beginning of the month, and then I am just starting up a Dark Crystal inspired game
Nice.
in that universe over on my gaming channel. Doing some BattleTech stuff that we're like getting in the works in other places. That's like not really ready to be a thing yet, but we're just like figuring out how to play the game. That game is complicated, y'all.
BattleTech is a lot of rules.
It's
There's
a lot of rules.
Have
yeah.
you looked at Lancer to see if it could better fit your needs?
I mean, we want to play BattleTech, right?
Oh, okay.
Like we sat down because we wanted to play BattleTech. AP and Eric Vulgaris, who are two of the people I'm playing with, know the game very well.
That's good.
So they're also, I mean, we're the two of us who are learning are catching up, but there are definitely these points where it'll be like we're like practicing, figuring out how to play the game, and there'll be like a moment where like Eric and AP will just like rattle off a bunch of numbers in a row, and I'm just like, all right, I'll take your word for it.
Leave it to Eric. Leave it to Eric to be really good at complex games. I played Dune with Eric the first time I met him, and it was a treat.
Nice.
I had to bail halfway through, but it was
yeah.
it was still a good time.
Yeah, I guess
So, yeah,
I'm the Eric of Pathfinder in my groups. I was like, where is this thing? Oh, you just go to page 276 on the 7th. Never mind.
So to be fair, I'm totally that guy for Burning Wheel, but that's the only game I'm really like that
Sam,
for.
I want to run a Burning Wheel game. Would you have a day of the week that you're available to play Burning Wheel?
Highly likely. We'll have to talk about it offline, but I'm almost always down to play Burning Wheel.
Awesome. I love Burning
like
Wheel
5
so much. I'm so scared of running it, but I love it.
I have like 5 or 6 characters that I never get to play due to the same problems that I have with Blades in the Dark, is that I have no people that want to run it, or that I can play with generally.
I think in the game that I got like 2 sessions with Wise in before it fell apart, I was like a bird keeper. I was like the postman. It was pretty fun.
I had a really cool pirate lady. I think I want to play her if I just get to like grab a character, but I never will because I love figuring out what the character's gonna be through like session 1 or session 0. So
I have a game that is not streamed with some friends, and I'm playing an augur character that has the batshit and disturbed traits, and that's a lot of fun.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
yes.
I've played Burning Wheel with Kelsa before. In that game, I played a character that barely talked and was obsessed with creating a whiskey distillery, and damn if I didn't do it.
Well, that's a good obsession.
It was ice whiskey.
Hey Zev, can you zoom out of my face by any chance without breaking things too much? Or
Well, I can see. Probably not too much, but let me see what I can do for you. Production
I feel
team
like
on the
it's
job.
super close up.
Yeah, something like that. Wait, if I wait. Let's see. There we go. Here, there we go. That's perfect. I'm starting the sanity effects. They're happening.
Oh no, squishing my brain.
Actually, in that sense, I should be capable of also just fixing what just happened by making you a little bit wider than normal. Hey,
my face actually looks like its normal self now.
Haha!
There
Look
you
at that.
go.
That amazing.
Yeah. On Zoom, I still look like a long rectangle, but at least on the stream, I
Through
look
the
like
power
a
of
round-faced boy.
production, you'll be a semi-regular person.
There you
Yes.
go. There we go.
So yeah,
Nice.
how's everybody weekend been? Mine kind of sucked. I lost my wallet yesterday.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I saw
That
that.
is a
That
huge
sucks. Are you one of those
Yeah,
people that has
that's not
everything in their
great.
wallets? Because I'm one of those people, and that's why I'm always dreadfully afraid of losing my wallet.
Yeah, it sucks, but
Yeah.
you know, it happens. You can't really do much about it. And then today, playing a very grind-intensive JRPG, I lost about 2 hours of progress by dying.
Oh, that
So that's
sucks.
always a real gut punch when you're like, I'm so excited to play this game. I'm talking about Tokyo Mirage Sessions, by the way, which is
Mhm.
fantastic if you're into the like anime idol thing, but also into Fire Emblem. It really, and the developers of Fire Emblem and the developers of Persona, because they teamed up to make this game, and it originally came out for the Wii U and nobody played it because the Wii U was garbage.
I mean, I saw you
And
stream some
they
of
released
that.
it for the Switch.
Yeah, I saw you stream some of that, and my first impression, that's a whole lot of Japan.
It's
Yep.
a
Yep.
whole lot of
That's a
anime.
whole lot of Japan. Including the boob physics, as per usual. That was like, is this
Yeah,
needed?
the
Oh,
boob
those boob
physics.
physics were like, I came in for that, and I'm like,
like
How
just
those work.
just a regular woman wearing a suit turns around.
Right?
Hi.
They knocked down the skyscraper right next door. But yeah, that's been my so far this weekend. But I get tomorrow off, so that's nice.
Oh, that's good.
Now the stream. I
Oh.
think everything's fixed now.
No,
No,
I'm
it's good.
fixing things. Things are weird. There we
Okay.
go. It should be fixed now. There we go.
Are you fixed?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay?
Woo. Guys, it's fine.
A
We're
weird thing
professionals.
A weird thing happened, and Zoom got blown out of proportion, which is like, no! This is where my
Okay.
entire production hinges on! But it's fine, I fixed it.
Good. I'm so glad.
So I remember that we did all of our leveling up at the end of last session, which brings a lot of like trying to remember out off of my shoulders. So that's good.
I mean,
Also,
the most important was a sudden additional Faust at the end of the session. We didn't
Oh,
have
I was gonna
yes, that
say, yeah, we ended with
there was some
uh,
dramatics.
a
Mhm.
Faust looking, probably robot, probably not actually Faust, but maybe Faust. Who knows?
I mean, it looked like Faust.
I know, but
same
also Faust is
distribution
a
line.
robot, so there
If
could
it
be
looks like
Yeah.
a Faust and it talks like a Faust,
it's probably
You're probably
the
in some
Faust
deep shit
line.
and can't get into your
know.
office.
Anyway, yeah,
What?
who's
I just wanted to
what?
make a cheerful character, you guys.
Every time you play a cheerful
Wrong.
character, it just like immediately goes down the wrong path.
Like,
Every
wrong
time.
game for a cheerful character. Also, weren't the very first words to describe you demon lady?
Yeah.
Well, you also were wearing like infrared goggles.
Yes,
so-
no, fair. Which, by the way, s-
She was like
Warden.
doom guying on top
Yeah.
of a pile of freaking tentacles.
It's
so-
a fun message to the warden to help dig me over some more. Apparently, according to the description of the infrared goggles, they are strong enough to see lingering traces of up to an hour ago when it comes to heat.
Oh, that's fun.
So
So, there's
you can
like
show
nice
me heat
little
ghosts.
impressions.
Yes, you can show me heat
ghosts.
ghosts in all kinds of weird shapes and sizes whenever I use
That's
those.
awesome. Nice.
oh
letting you know.
good.
It's gonna be great. What could go wrong?
So yeah, but before we jump back into the game, I feel like it was like we were like, "Hey, Wise, what's up? How you been?" And then I was like, "Okay, I'm just going to tell my story because I had a weekend. How have you been, Kelsa?"
Well, I
I
had
said
a,
Kelsa, but you can go
I
if you
couldn't
want.
hear who you said, so
yeah,
I'm
neither
fine
could
with
I, so I just took it over. I'm Kelsa now. Hi, I'm
Okay.
Kelsa. I'm super cool and awesome, and my hair is amazing. And I make cute little octopi that are like the best to have, and I don't have any as a person, and I'm very sad. But that's fine. No. Let's see. I had a birthday, so I was forced to be social, which I did for multiple hours, and then went to bed and then did
Happy
shit
birthday.
today. No, not my birthday. Friend of mine's.
Well,
Mine's-
happy
mine's
birthday
a-
to your friend.
Happy
Oh,
birthday,
thank you.
Zev's friend.
There you go.
I'll shout at
fixed
him
it.
to watch this episode when he wakes up tomorrow. Yeah, besides that, mostly been trying to work on stuff that I don't want to work on and being a huge nerd in making that currency system I was talking about last time for fantasy RPGs.
Oh, nice.
Which I made some first drafts
I
for,
love
and
watching. I love
Yeah.
watching your Twitter rambles on things like that. It's so good.
yeah, they can get pretty long from time to time. Be warned, if you enter my space, you enter nerd space, because there's a bunch of nerd shit going on, like having to figure out that coins were based upon what the values of a pound sterling, but the pound back then could either be an avoirdupois pound, or a tower pound, or a London pound, or a imperial pound, and all of them are different pounds. So, with different values, all based upon how much a grain weighed in the area that they were used and what kind of grain they were using and the amount that. It's a Pandora's box. I'm like, oh god, where this is going? But I got some cool coins now, so hey.
That would be such an interesting thing to be like an expert at, like being that particular historical expert on like the currencies of the medieval times.
I'm sure
I mean,
there's a
there are
word for
definitely a
it.
few, but let me tell you, it's wild to see the differences between like feudalistic society and the currencies that you use and capitalism as we have it now in its high stages. Like, just the quote, and I put this on Twitter somewhere as well, is like the quote of like, you don't stop building a house when you're running out of inches. You don't run out of inches. Money was just a unit of measurement. You don't stop trading because you run out of coins. You just trade for other stuff. And just the difference in perspective in how we live now and back then is just like, okay, something to wrap your head around.
So the study of currency would be numismatics. So I guess it would be a numismatist.
Numismatist.
I mean, that is a pretty cool title, to be fair.
Yeah.
Sounds like the kind of person who wears a monocle.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
So after the last
Well, they
2
need it
weeks-
because it's a magnifying monocle
and-
for looking at coins.
And if you are a numismatist, you can join the American Numismatic Association, which I'm now learning is a thing.
I collected coins when I was like in my single digits of age, because the
There
state
you go.
quarters were coming out around that time. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna abuse
Yeah.
the fact
Boo.
that I just did 2 weeks of research and know more than most of the people around me, and I'm just gonna call myself an amateur numismatist because it's cool. Hi,
That is cool. You
come
should.
follow my stuff. I'm an amateur numismatist. I just never explain what
You
it
should
is to
you
anyone.
should put it in your Twitter handle.
Yeah, don't bother
Tavern master.
explaining anything.
Numismatist Zev. You are no longer a tavern master. You
No,
are
but
a
my branding, then I have to
Oh,
rebrand
boy.
everything.
Good.
All your
Oh,
things
yeah,
are like
yeah.
half branded in different directions already anyway. So it's fine.
So now you have a new direction to just move everything to.
No, it's easy. Like if you're a tavern
Perfect.
master, you work at night when the tavern is open, and then during the day I'm a numismatist.
There you go.
Mm.
I just never sleep. There's magic for that.
I'm sure a numismatist would be a good person for a what the hell are those people who stamp things? God.
Who stab
Uh,
things?
Stamp.
Oh,
What am I
stamp
thinking?
A
things.
notary?
Yeah.
A
A
notary?
numismatist is like a high probability of being a notary, and you can't change that headcanon for me.
That seems-
It's-
that seems
if it were a life path, then if you were to take numismatist, you get a -1 on life path to go continue on into notary. That's just like, you can get this as a free bonus if you want.
yeah.
Fair. I feel like notary would be before. Anywho, Kelsey,
Yeah.
how have you been?
Move on. It's like, stop me
Right.
from talking about this. I will keep on going for hours. This will be the stream.
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. I've had a week, but that's okay. We don't need to talk about it. Yesterday was exciting though. And that was when Republic City by Night season 2 started. That's the
Nice.
Legend of Korra RPG that St. Guard is running on my channel. Very much really love that system, the setting, and the cast, the crew, the characters, the adventures that we're having. Anyway, it's basically it's a good time. That's what I'm trying to say.
So were there like iterations to the rules, and that's what warranted a season 2, like the hiatus?
There has been some rules iteration changes, but 90% of it was just holidays.
Ah, that's fair.
And we took a long enough break. We're like, we're coming back for season 2, because also, like, I've agreed with the cast, like, we're on for this many episodes.
Okay.
And that's like the end of a season. At the end of that season, then we're like, okay, do we want to keep going, or do we need to, stop for whatever reasons, scheduling or what have you, and committing to a set number of days versus, Saturdays indefinitely. It's not.
Yeah, Saturdays indefinitely is a hard commitment for
Right.
a lot of people, so I could see that.
Exactly.
Most things happen on Saturdays.
Lots of things happen on Saturdays. Anyway,
Oh, I guess.
yeah, so that's exciting.
I guess in my case, if I were to be invited for a Saturday game that's really late for the people over on you guys' side, that's just early for me, and then I still have the rest of the day.
There you go.
Yeah,
So there you
that's
go.
fair.
For anyone that needs to get a show
Or
on the
would
road
be-
on a Saturday,
Or it would be post party Zev, so you'll have like a super drunk Zev on set.
I'll just sit here with sunglasses and just like full impersonation of just what Millo would be half the time.
Perfect.
That was
Hey, Nerd
just what we're gonna
Fuffle,
do.
how about
Yeah.
you? What you been up to? What's
Besides
going on
nerding
in
and
your
fuffling.
sphere?
You were there.
I was there, but I'm not asking for me. Okay.
Okay. Well, my partner lost their wallet on the train, so we had to deal with that.
Shit,
And then
we
we
don't know what
watched
that's
him-
about.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for your
but it's
partner
what?
that happened to them.
I
Like-
know. It was. We were in the liquor store too, and then they didn't want to give us the liquor because it looked like I was buying liquor for another person.
And that's like
Oh,
the one thing
no.
you need when you lose your wallet is you need more
Yeah.
liquor to drown away the sorrow.
I was like,
No, I found out, like, I went into my pocket to pay for it. And I was like, where the hell's my wallet? And I was like, oh shit, I think I left my wallet in the car. So I ran back to the car and it wasn't in the car. And I was like, oh shit, this is significantly worse than it was previously. But yeah.
Yeah, that's no good. I
Meh.
hope it gets located.
Mhm.
Or
I
something.
called in and put in a claim, and then I'll call back tomorrow to see if the lost and found has it. But somebody already used it, used my debit card. So
I doubt they're gonna give it.
they
back
used it
after
within
Boo.
they used it within an hour because I called to turn it off and there was already a charge on there. So
Wow.
Wow.
Right.
Werp. So I don't expect to get it back. It's going to be a pain in the ass to get my license back because I'm waiting on my copy of my birth certificate so I can get my social security card, which is going to take another 4 weeks. I'm going to be without identification for a while.
That's a
That's pretty
pain.
much. Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
You can call it being without identification, all those things, or you can just give it a fun spin and say that you're off the grid for some time. It's a new experience.
I've been off the grid forever. I'm a basement troll, okay?
Just saying, always look at the bright side of life.
Yeah, nah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not
You
trying
know-
to let it bring me down.
You know it doesn't have a bright side?
Bag of bones.
Bag of bones.
Well, with that, I guess we
Flawless.
can get started. I think what we're going to start off with is a scene where we're in a place that doesn't look familiar to anything we've seen so far. Like, it's stark white, high sci-fi setting, like alleyways with like small shrubs and like doors that like open by themselves on like as people come into They're called automated doors. is what they're called.
Future technology.
Automated, but they open
The
like
doors
they
open
open
for
like
you.
they open horizontally, so
yes.
it's like sci-fi and cool.
Yes.
But we see Matt, MA or M4TT as we should call it, in a room after we zoom through this hallway and take a few turns, see some people in like white jumpsuits walking around with like hollow pads in their hands. We turn into this looks like a debriefing room, and we see a hologram of an African American woman with a visor in front of her face and a hollow pad, and she's saying, "Yes, I would like to make sure things go well with this. Could you oversee this operation? We're going to send that crew that went down and reunited us with Camp Gamma."
Excellent.
We did good.
All right. So we just want to make sure that the tools are utilized correctly. You seem to be newly enlightened on the ability to drive the tunneling machinery, correct?
Correct.
So we shouldn't have any problem with that, and we'll make sure that you and your entourage, if we could call it, are equipped to make sure that this problem is put away before it becomes a bigger issue. But you're dismissed. And she you see the hologram suck into the middle and then fizzle out.
Yeah, I think M4 stands there for a moment and blinks and then just goes, "Okay," to the empty room, and then turns and exits and
just
goes,
says okay to the blue ball in the middle. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. And then heads to do the mission, or go deliver the mission more properly.
Smash cut to Patton and Millo just wasted in their room. Just on the ground.
Yeah, I was going to you guys kind of have the jail cell wake up call where somebody runs their baton against your shanty wall and bangs on it.
We've been in the home for an hour.
Right.
Fell flat on our face. It's
probably. Well, this is, you know what? This is probably 2 days or so later. You guys are given I wouldn't say leave time, but you're given
we got minor jobs in the meantime.
Yeah, you've had minor jobs in the meantime, on site jobs, so to speak. So you would
we skip over the boring jobs.
Yeah, so you were set to work in the algae distilleries for getting oxygen and stuff like that, things of that nature.
It just pays for the days that passed without us spending any of our credits
with
whatever.
a very limited a very limited amount to put in the bank. So I would say over the 2 or 3 days that you guys have been doing these small jobs, you collect one labor token that you can spend at any given time. So there is a little bit of growth. It's not just you only pay for the food for that day.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little bit. I'll say the same for Sirah as well. You get a little bit of pay. We'll go over to Sirah, who also wakes up you guys have grown accustomed to this. This is kind of the mass wake up call. There's no siren. It's just the security force manually walks through to wake everybody up. And if once you're awake, you're supposed to leave your hovel or whatever door open to show that you're awake and getting ready. So let's go back to Sirah for a second though. After your panicked episode in the examination room, nothing really weird has happened. You don't feel different, you don't feel anything's changed, you that just seems like it was a distant nightmare, or your mind was playing tricks on you. At least you can't really put a finger on it being you can't say for sure it was reality what had happened that night.
Sounds like
Sirah will full on
you want her
dive
to
into
make a
that.
sanity save.
No, not really. This is how it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Gordon says no.
So I mean, you could make a sanity check, but like it's just something that bugs you. It's like, ooh, I had this spooky image. But
I mean, that's the point.
as of
the
right
sanity
now,
save.
it's been
I get
it's,
stress.
Yeah.
it's been a few days. Like, would you still be hanging on it? If you would, I'll have you make a sanity.
I know, I think she's full on like, well, bad stuff happened, but I gotta get to work. Not gonna think about it. It's gonna work.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go
You're
look
sure
stuff.
you're sure you're real by now?
She has to have, because she wouldn't have been cleared to return to work if she did not believe she was real.
I mean, there's a difference between believing and convincing other people that you believe.
That's a fair point. All right.
Just putting that out there.
No, that's important. It's important to note.
There's a very good differentiation between convincing somebody you believe you're real and actually believing that you're real.
Right, like
And
this
actually
hour,
being real.
right. Like this hour, she's 87% sure she's real, but it might go up, it might go down. Who knows? Let's see how the day goes.
Depends on how much
Well,
bullshit's in the system.
regardless of what you believe, the illusions or people around you interact with you as if you are real. So,
that's what any simulation would do.
Exactly.
or you were put to work doing like hauling jobs. You're just lifting and moving and stuff of that nature. You're being a big buff gal.
We probably had a job together somewhere and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And you're just like, "Fine," and just walks away with stuff. Like, okay, well,
Like
I
I have
stuff.
work. No fraternizing on the job, inmate. I mean,
Servant,
No.
worker.
If I can lift it and talk at the same time, I will.
Yeah.
Can't not.
Yeah,
be friendly.
that's fair. So yeah, maybe you guys do you want to have like a scene? Is that what you're like, a scene where you guys kind of
I
talk
think,
about
yeah,
things
'cause
afterwards?
She was gonna be there for booze at night, and she wasn't there. So this might be like the day after or 2 days after. Like, Sirah? He's like, lift some extra stuff so that he can take a slower walk because he's carrying more. It's like, wait.
I want to show off.
No, not per se showing off. It's just like the more I carry, the slower I can walk, so the more time we have to talk. This is like carrying a whole bunch of shit. It's like, what are you doing?
That's fair.
Yeah, I follow.
Don't mind me, it's a little bit heavy. You weren't there last night when we were drinking. Yeah.
No.
Fell asleep? Something.
Yeah, I got held up. I had to answer a bunch of questions about Gamma, and I just went back to sleep, I guess.
You guess?
Well, yeah, I woke up in my bunk.
Did I give you booze or something? Like you just passed out? You just passed out or something?
I might have. I remember eating. I definitely ate. And then there was a grumpy cop that wouldn't talk. And then I was in my bunk. And I woke up.
Right. Well, are we then still on for drinking?
Sure.
Nice.
I said I would.
Remember, first
Yes,
round was shit.
I owe you a round. I
First
remember.
round's on you.
I remember. First round on me.
I love how this is all like, don't forget, you said you buy the booze.
Let's not worry about you right now.
Yeah, and I think there might be a little bit of like, just like small talk. And then right before they have to split off again to go to their respective like site wherever they need to carry stuff. It's like,
Sirah, sure you're okay? A lot happened there.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm back to work. It's great.
Well,
Bye.
Right. Aye.
And just like keeps carrying just a huge stack of whatever, of space stuff somewhere else.
So during this time, Dr. Patton, you were probably actually set to like I wouldn't say like a nurse, but like an intake specialist job at like the triage unit that's down in the bow. So you were working like, they want to see your specialization in like medical stuff and see how you can like intake like patients. So
I know
that's what you were doing. So if there was anything you wanted to do, like play out with that, you could. Otherwise, we're just going to say like you were successful. They noted like, hey, she could probably be useful in this field.
I mean, I wanted to talk to the redhead, but that can wait till later.
Yeah, I need to think of a name for her.
I think it'd be funnier if you just keep calling her the redhead indefinitely.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's like her.
It would be better
Yeah.
if she had a name, but then I never learned it.
Oh yeah, okay, that's yes.
So I now have taken down note. I have a name for her. We can have you talk with the redhead. I forget exactly what, other than like, was it Roach or was it the redhead who told you like I may be able to find a way off this? I forget.
That was the redhead.
That was
the
the
redhead was.
Roach
Okay.
was the one who.
So
gave
you
the
can
warning
have
about things
you can
something
have a
about her.
bump in. You can have a bump in with her.
Yeah, because
so-
I mean, honestly, that's what I'm most interested in is
Okay.
getting the heck, getting out.
Okay, cool. So you would probably initiate because she's probably trying to seem she's trying to appear unassuming, you know. So how would you initiate the conversation?
Probably like between shifts, like we pass each other in that area.
Okay.
And I would basically invite her to drinks.
And she's like, yes, meet me, you know, let's see. Why don't you meet me at the throat? I'm off on shift 4. And you line up like you have shift 4 off as well.
Cool.
So the throat is like what you could call the high-end joint. It's not really high-end. It's just like a nicer place. It's quieter atmosphere. It's less rough and tumble.
Mhm.
There's actually spirits here instead of just having like bile,
Bile.
which is the malt liquor. You know,
Right.
it's the old English of the scale.
Got it.
So yeah, she meets you there. It's the furniture itself is like sustainable. It's like just recycled like steel plating turned into like tables and stools and stuff of that nature. Like I said, it's quieter. There's still people here, but it's not as like rambunctious and like Teamsters getting rowdy kind of location. So
Sure.
she's sitting at the bar to the far end, like I guess like you know how there's that spot at the bar that's like sitting directly in front of the cash register that nobody ever wants to sit at because it's kind of just like right there in front of the like
Yep.
register, and she's sitting there.
Of course she
And
is.
there's like 4 or 5 seats around her, just empty.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna come up right next to her. And I think what I do is I like walk up directly behind her and I put one of my hands on her hip and I lean close to whisper in her ear and it's like, what you mentioned earlier very much intrigued me.
She
I'd
like
to get to know you better.
she jumps, like she is startled. She is not expecting anybody to put their hand on her hip, but she's oh, it's you. Yes, we can talk. Sit.
I'll sit down.
So
Order a
she
drink.
goes, she kind of like lets out a sigh and she's like, you know, I let you know that there is a way. I never said it would be easy or fast, but let's just say it may take a bit of an investment, time and money-wise. But there is a way out of here, and I can assure you that we'll be able to really, like she says it as we, like, together, we'll be able to accomplish this. It's just, I need to know that you're in for it. I need to know you're not going to snitch. I know you're spending time around, who was it, that Corporal Jabari? I don't want any of this to get around, because that could cause some problems for, you know, our organization. We've been operating for a little bit of time.
As I'm sure you're aware, I'm fairly new to the Skell. Jabari was sent to us as a security detail. Well, we learned the ropes, per se. I don't consider him a friend, or would I ever mention anything like this to him.
Well, it's good to hear. It'll be another thing if you can show it. Not to question your integrity, but I gotta be careful in this position, you know? And, like, the barkeeper kind of walks by, so, like, things hush up a little bit. She takes a drink.
No. So the bartender walks by, and when she starts to get quiet, I put my hand on her knee and lean closer. And I'm like, I'm willing to do anything for you.
I'll keep that in mind. Please, if you could. And she kind of, like, rubs your hand off her knee.
Yeah.
All right. So
Sorry,
she lets you know.
I'm going to explain myself. Once the bartender has moved on, I gesture with my eyes to the bartender, and I'm like, I was just putting on a show.
Oh, I understand, but you got to understand, personal space is hard to come by. It's why I picked the quietest bar here. I understand, and I'm not offended if that's what you're worried about.
I do apologize. I've never been very aware of personal space boundaries. It's a flaw.
That flashback to you doing, like, a crazy jujitsu flip over Millo.
Yeah.
But she goes on to explain that there are a few people who have been trusted to do loading of shipment cargo that leaves the Skell. These people are in her organization, and with the like, they are well off enough that they are willing to stay here, but also take these risks for extra like labor points, so to speak. So it's something to work towards. It's something to save your money for.
Okay.
So she says, now that you know this information, this drink's on me, but you better think before you drink more. Don't drive yourself insane saving every penny you earn. You gotta still eat, but just keep in mind that there's other things on the table.
I certainly will. I have my priorities, and that is definitely one of them.
So she probably changes the conversation to something a little bit more casual as we fade out of this scene. And go back to, it's kind of like a flashback forward to where you're waking up in the morning and getting, like, you and Millo are getting ready outside of your I still don't know what appropriately to call it. Cabin may be a good name.
Bunker?
I mean, hovel sounds.
Hovel sounds good.
Hovel's pretty good.
I mean, if you want to keep it ambiguous, just say abode.
Abode.
It could be any shape or size.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are, like, coming out of your hovel, and it's like, hey, the HQ's got a mission for you. You ain't going back to your day jobs. We're gonna have you doing something special today. This is just a random person. By
You
random
might
person, it's
be.
somebody in the security outfit. They have I'm a security personnel.
I'm a narc.
Mm.
I want to name him Carl, but then I just think of Bondage Carl from my Raids in the Dark game. Hi, my name's Kyle.
Kyle. Right. Well, you know
Kyle.
the drill. You just go off and do whatever the fuck you need to do, and we'll get there whenever we're done with all the shit here.
That's fair. Well, just get yourselves together. There'll be somebody here, and well, let's just say about 20 minutes to get you ready. They'll be going with you on this mission.
Right.
And your friend Sirah, she's coming too. Gonna need her muscle.
She fine?
Fabulous.
Why? You need half a muscle. What the fuck am I for?
We're gonna need 2 muscle.
Fair.
Now what?
Fair.
Too much.
2 muscle.
Yeah, and as he kind of like goes away, if you don't mind, I want to like have a very small like flashback to maybe like 2 minutes before he comes in, as we spotted him, and like sent Dr. Patton out to hide the thing that I hope to have bought in the past few days, since I have money now. Since I think we're both pretty interested in having our like baby's first chemistry kit. I think that might be the
Heck
number
yeah.
one thing. So the moment we have money, it's like,
So
We need to-
what
we need
would
to get
is there a chemistry kit in the book?
I can check for you, but I don't think there is.
Yeah, if there isn't, we're gonna have to come up with like some.
Yeah, I don't know that work kits are like a thing.
Yeah.
Field recorder, flashlight.
Let me pull
Luckily,
up
there
the
aren't
book.
too
I
many things in
probably
here, so you'll go through them pretty quickly. No, not really. Like the only kit
Okay.
they have is a survey kit, but
That's okay. We don't need to worry about it mechanically.
yeah, no,
So-
because the idea is it will allow us to do some shit instead of like not allow us to do some shit. It's more of a yes or no thing.
So you'd probably have to buy it in pieces, but I'll say
Oh, yeah,
like
definitely.
three for a very base level chemistry setup. 3 spats of spending 5 labor points would get you a base level. 4 would be able to make like rudimentary explosives. So like you'd be able to make like solvents and dissolving materials, and, like I don't know, like oh no, like
I would like to try
heavy
and,
industrial cleaners on a 3 scale, but on a 4 scale is when you can start making explosives and like acids and things like that.
I would like to use Roach if I can, since Roach is all about
Yeah,
the drugs.
that's
I
fair.
have learned, and I have her as a contact now. So it's like, hey, Roach.
Roach is
I need
definitely an into the black market,
Yeah.
and that's exactly where you would go to buy.
It's probably like on the
I
second
don't
day we
know.
have that
You
like
were-
drugs date.
So you would have exactly 6 because you spent 2 the night that you and Patton like went out to the.
I did. I spent 2.
You spent 2. Okay, so you would have 8 because you were paid 7 for the job, and then you got 1 over the course of the mundane work, and then
And then I have 6. And I'm
Yep.
definitely willing to throw money at this.
I have a ton of credits.
Is it? Is
You're
it,
not involved.
Is it
Also,
easy?
credits don't count.
Yeah.
It's labor
So-
points.
So
yeah,
here's the
we're
thing.
we're kind of like broken a little bit away from the core mechanics because of the way this setting works.
No, that
So-
makes sense. I was just confused by the numbers.
Yeah, no, it's not the normal creds. It's I have called them creds, which I shouldn't because they're labor points. So LP, we're getting LPs. Be ready for the long play, kids. Oh.
I was thinking they were
No.
life paths.
Fair. But here's one question I do have: is it easy to transfer life of labor points from one person to another?
They're tokens. They're
okay.
They're like,
so you can literally like coins that are just can give to someone else.
Yes, correct.
Okay, then.
Gotcha.
Yeah, then I probably would have like set up the drugs date that we sort of talked about with Roach the night after. Probably spend a coin to facilitate her, but perhaps either getting or better stuff or like get it at a slight discount, which would probably get me at the same rate anyway, but that's besides the point. Still also want to try and keep her as a friend, so yeah.
So in all reality, she's the only way you'd be able to get something of this nature. Like, you'd probably be able to buy like cleaning solutions, which would be like one part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But so you would be able to buy like that part. But I think I don't know, give me a Rimwise on a success, you get it at the rate that I had mentioned. On a critical success, you drop two labor points. On
And
a
worst case,
failure,
yeah.
you're...
In the worst case scenario,
On a
Patton can just steal something from her job. It's like...
I mean, that's true.
Yeah,
let's see,
probably.
Rimwise was a +10. Come on, Roach. Be helpful.
Oh, you got a failure.
Oh.
So she says, I know what you're looking for and I can get a hold of it, but I just don't have it right now. So
Womp womp.
Well, that
yes,
sucks.
you can. You aren't told no completely. It's just like, give me until the end of day, and you're about to go on a mission that's taking you out for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just give her the 4 cred that she needs for the best that she can get.
Okay.
And then Patton and I can work that out
And
later.
you said you were putting in some money for this too, Kelsey, right?
Yeah, how much money am I throwing at it?
I just threw 4 at it because I believe that's the prize, and then 1 for just like facilitating this and keeping Roach as a friend.
Yeah, so the 1 is the finder's fee, and then 4 is the cost for like the base ingredients. And then like at any point you can spend 5 just to get a bunch of like cleaning and sanitation chemicals, because they're like available to anybody.
I think what we might want to do is I will have like bought the stuff and we'll have the basics to make stuff with, but because you also work in like the biology field with all the science stuff, it's way easier for you to get access to stuff that you would normally make stim packs with that I can turn into money-making drugs. So you can.
That's a good point.
So you can far easier get a permit to get
Turn
some stuff
it
that
into-
you need to get for
Every
a job.
every game I'm in turns into a
Yeah.
drug operation at some point.
Hey, we knew this from session 1.
It's true, we did. Like this was coming.
This was coming.
That's fair. All right, so with all this kind of went on in the background during the few days of downtime. Sirah is ushered to your hovel, and shortly after, about 10 minutes or so, you see a familiar face, and it is M4TT coming to bid you with your mission. So the mission, I'll just say it out loud, is to reseal the mining tunnels on the way down to Gamma with the repellent that was used to prevent the outbreak of the indigenous species, the onion, as they're called. There's like a scientific name that nobody uses, not even like the biologists. They just call it the onion.
Yeah, I think actually I would have spent like, I don't know how much labor points this would cost, but he would have gotten a pretty good backpack, so he can pretty easily like hide the nail gun that he now has as contraband. People probably shouldn't see. So yeah, we might like just see Matt come
It would
in
cost
as
it
I
would
just like
cost
very
a
quickly
labor point.
put something in there.
Fair. Yeah, like you probably have a backpack in your labor kit but like
Mhm.
to get a different backpack, it would probably be
Yeah.
like a labor point.
I need one
With
with
like a stash compartment.
Yeah, like one with a big stash compartment, and then probably like a compartment on the side that's easily accessible where you can put the gun in that isn't see-through. It's like one of those nets that most bags have that you can put like a water bottle in. Only one that actually hides what in there, because otherwise they see me walking around with a nil gun, which is probably not the best idea.
That's
Right.
all right. I get you. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That works. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, so I'm imagining like M4 like came with some sort of like projected file or something to like read out the mission to them.
Yeah.
And then like the hologram disappears and she just looks around and is like, "Is everyone ready?"
Will I ever be?
I don't think.
You know what? If you want me ready, get me some more booze and I'll be ready. But otherwise, I guess we just
Okay.
get on the job.
She is there booze in the nearby vicinity?
Yeah, there are 2 bars within the
She will
vicinity.
turn and start walking towards one of the bars.
Milo's just waiting and
So
seeing if this
it
is gonna
won't
happen
really
or not.
cost you anything, but you can get like a flask of bile to just bring with you.
Yeah, she gets the flask and walks back and hands it to him, to Milo, and just says, "Okay."
He like grabs the flask, looks at Patton, just gives this very stern look, like,
I'm Corporal Jabari.
and then puts it away.
A really terrible impression.
Yeah.
Yep. I will give you a small laugh, just a small one though.
So
Alright, let's get going.
I guess we quick cut down to the spine. You guys go down the elevator shaft and are on your way to the bow when I guess Matt will mention that we're using it, that you're using a vehicle, or you mentioned that earlier. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
So it's like a tunneling vehicle, not one for like creating a tunnel, but for like widening tunnels. So the blades or teeth, I think is the better word for it. The teeth are on the sides of it, and it's kind of like a big cylinder. Within those teeth, though, are these pipes that spray out this. I think we described it last episode as like unirradiated like lead like isotope that is used to like cause the onion to believe that it can't penetrate because it can't penetrate through lead. Some elaborate chemical compound that convinces the indigenous species that it can't move into this area. So with that, I guess we can give me 1 second.
Oh, damn it, I didn't make a digger token.
You could have had there's no way you would have known this was the
I
job
know.
coming, because I didn't know it until like
Yeah.
5 minutes before the episode started. So cool. So we have tokens for everybody. So the path is we're going to Gamma, and the thing moves slowly, so it's going to take a little while. I guess what is going to happen is the tunneling device itself has like exterior seats in which at least one person would sit in to make sure that the like spray is doing the spray's job. It would move slowly so that there's another person who is like any displaced rocks that may block the path are shuffled into like a grinder in the actual tunneling machine to make the rocks smaller. And then somebody's piloting the thing, and then somebody's using the bioscanner to make sure that there's nothing coming to, attack you.
I'll use the bioscanner.
I'll probably be there with the fluid because I need to, as the engineer, I'll just keep everything working.
Matt will go to drive unless someone stops her.
Well, probably in proper bigoted fashion, Millo will stop you like,
Well, you're gonna drive the thing. Isn't that a bit, unsafe? You know.
Is there another member of this group who is rated for heavy machinery?
I can drive.
This would
Both at the same
probably.
time?
So I think of heavy machinery as like a hover like lift or something like that, like a hover pallet or something like that. Like operating a crane. This would almost be pilot, like driving a car would be pilot. I mean, you could roll both, but I think pilot is.
Well, I thought driving like this would be driving.
Heavy
Oh,
machinery
it's
is
driving an
operations
actual
and use
skill?
of a large pieces of equipment, cranes, exosuits, forklifts, etc.
If driving's an actual
What's
skill, that's
driving
my
for?
bad.
Yeah, there's driving
Operations and
piloting.
control of motor vehicles.
Yeah, then this would be driving for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's just gonna shrug. Like, if one of you wants to do it, she's not gonna stop you.
And I think
So you guys may be better suited for other jobs. Like
Yeah.
I'm not going to. You guys can do whatever the hell you want, but like Matt would probably be like, for optimal performance, I believe that you're.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that
Yeah.
if Millo, and
Sirah.
Shira tried to stop her, she would stop, right? So it's like he's like saying like, don't drive, that would be
Yeah.
dangerous. She's like,
To
well,
keep
do-
things
are you
simple,
allow-
to keep things simple, I think what happens is Milo's just like,
Yeah, no. Bullfighters shouldn't drive.
and just walks up and stands in the cockpit and is like, push a button and the thing just turns off. It's like, pushes it again, it doesn't turn on. Tries to push another button, and that's when someone intervenes, like, you should stop doing this. This is not your field.
Maybe we let the machine drive the machine.
I would be happy to assist.
All right, so you
I'll
pick
be-
it
Let
up.
her do her
Yeah.
job.
It's
Right. I'll be outside.
So I don't know what trash trucks look like outside of like the Americas, but it would be similar to that there's like somebody like holds onto a bar, but it's more of like in the back so you aren't getting crushed by the teeth that are
Mhm.
widening the tunnels.
Right.
So it would be like that. Every mile or so the vehicle needs to stop to be oiled, like each row of teeth needs to be oiled. So this is a very tedious and slow job. During this time, at least for the first like mile or so, I'm trying to pull things on the stream, not on the folder.
It's not gonna work as well over there, I'm afraid.
So like you get to about there before you have to like re-oil, and it's just like a sensor goes off saying like overheating likely. Please oil the teeth.
Oh,
Yeah, so I think Matt just like the thing just like slows to a stop, and then she just like repeats that. He's like, it needs oil. Overheating is likely.
Has anyone here seen the Disney Atlantis movie?
Yes.
It's been a very long time.
Been a
Milo,
while.
but Milo, just like Milo, is just walking up to the right and it's like, ding, 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 ding.
ready to go.
Nice.
We'll
So
hang up to his
there's
namesake.
probably a good time for like after Milo finishes oiling up, there's probably a good time for you to help like shovel in some of the larger rocks that are being left behind, so that Shira's not doing all of the work with the lifting there.
Mhm.
But yeah, it is leaving because it's the rock itself isn't like perfectly cutting around, so it's like it'll take like a giant clump when it should only be taking like an inch or two to spray in the new sealant.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
this
no,
is
you
probably
need
the
to
most
help us a little bit.
bizarre type of like mission I've ever run in any tabletop RPG.
I want you to know that
Actually-
in my mind, the machine is the cleaners from Labyrinth.
Okay.
That's how it looks in my brain.
I would like to point out that at least for those of us that are working physically, this might be a good time for a body save to maybe get some stress. Because we're continuously
Yeah, I was
doing
going to have
jobs.
that happen after the second mile.
Fair.
The second mile would have been. So, I guess we proceed onward.
Just for today, I'm just doing the job of I need to remind people for saves because that's what I've been told to do.
So, about halfway to the next, like halfway up the heat bar thing that Matt's watching, you start to pick up some pings coming from in front of you with the bioscanner.
Matt, can you stop this thing?
Absolutely.
Sorry, you were going to say?
I was going to say that this particular tunnel has been evacuated and set up for no human passage during your operation.
Gotcha. I'm picking up pings on the bioscanner. I should probably check it out before
Is this come to all of us, or?
Yeah.
Milo instantly goes to like Sirah, is like, get in. And just like grabs his bag so that he has the nail gun at the ready without yet showing people, and just runs up to wherever you see the.
You guys were given your standard fare. So like, there's somebody with the submachine gun or a revolver or whatever. Like there are weapons available. There's a revolver and a submachine gun on the vehicle, and a flamethrower.
I'd probably grab the submachine gun since I have military training. And I know how to
what
shoot
type
it
of
without...
sci-fi heavy machinery doesn't have a flamethrower on it?
Right?
Fair.
That is a very good point.
Fair.
Yeah, so Matt like slows it down and stops it and then just says, okay.
So you're seeing this thing out like maybe like 50 meters or so, and it's moving in fast. It's slightly below the surface, and it's about to come up.
Sherry's gonna grab the flamethrower.
Nice.
It's going to be coming up any moment now.
I'm hiding in
the
the
safest.
cockpit still.
Yep, nope, that's fine.
All right, so this thing busts out, and it's not what you've been used to seeing, just like a tentacle. It's like the beak of a bird, but it's like armored like a penguin, like I had mentioned before. And then it puts up like these lizard-like arms in thickness, but they have talons like a bird. And it like pushes itself up, and then the tentacles are behind it. And they like keep going down into the thing. You just loose some SMG rounds.
Yeah.
Like roll a
techno
combat
going.
roll for me.
Yeah, with military training. Combat, which I'm terrible at, but we'll see. Oh, yes!
Were you successful?
I have done the shooting.
Yes.
Roll
the submachine gun.
4d10.
Cool. Okay, you looked it up.
Yep.
Is it 40-10 or is it the 40-10 with the line underneath it?
It's just 4d10.
Okay. $30 damage. You damn
You did
beast.
30 Damn, that's actually a really good roll.
Yeah. It's like I'm
Like,
trained on it. I
damn
was
good
prepared. It's
roll.
like,
Damn you bastard.
Okay, so this thing starts to seep. That liquid that you had seen before when you were fighting just the tentacles of it. And it howls, like ear-splitting howl. I want everybody to make a mind save. What is it called?
Fear.
safe or fear or sanity probably.
probably be
Let's go
fear.
with fear. Yeah, I think fear makes the most sense here.
Everybody who's in my presence has this advantage.
You're hiding in the cockpit.
Yes.
Actually, is it within 10 meters
Yes.
of us?
It's like 15 to 20 meters out.
Then I'd shoot at a -10. I would have missed.
You would have missed.
Yeah, because it would be in
Oh,
medium range,
okay.
not in short range.
because we didn't establish that, and I established it after the fact. Just do half damage, just to call
Okay,
it
sure.
even between us,
Sure.
because I played you out there.
Mm-hmm. And if you ever need
Alright.
like a conversion from meters to feet, let me know. I've gotten so used
No,
to
I'll
it
just
due
play
to-
the game.
Yeah.
I'll just play the game in meters because it just makes more sense to use a tens system.
No, fair. I know that not
Alright.
everyone understands meters or feet, and especially not both of them.
That's fair. I think this game is actually in meters too.
Yeah,
so
everything's
that
in
kinda
meters.
helps. Cool. So Matt has succeeded on their fear save.
Ah, yes. Boop.
I failed.
That's a critical fail.
Oh,
Oh man,
Well, that
Millo, what
that
are
is
you
one extra
doing?
stress at the very least.
I want you to make a panic check too.
Yeah. Let's see.
You have 4 stress right now.
Well, that's
Ooh,
what the
you
stress I
succeeded.
just got.
Ooh, that was so close. All right, so you clear stress. I would like you to make a panic check as well, Dr. Patton. You succeed and you
Good
regain
work.
stress.
I
By the way,
did it.
Wait, so what is a critical? What is a critical failure?
No, a critical failure is a panic check. A normal failure isn't a panic check. That's just a stress.
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, that didn't matter then. Sorry about that.
No,
Dr.
but-
Patton.
She
All right.
made it anyway.
Yeah, fair. All right, but Sirah doesn't. Sirah, what are you doing? What are you doing while everybody's freaking out? Have you heard this a bunch of times before? Are you used to it from your days in Gamma?
yeah, I spent 9 days dealing with these motherfucking noodles on my motherfucking spaceship. So I'm like waiting for it to get closer before I flamethrower the shit out of it.
So it moves forward, and one of its tentacles comes out from behind it and just whips forward. And going to roll
So
4.
at this point,
4 will be the truck, and then anything else would be the characters.
at this
Let's-
point, would we like to
hope it's
use the combat rules? Because there is initiative.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
initiative then.
Everyone rolls a speed test.
Use
Those
the
who succeed go
rules.
before the monster. Those who fail go after the monster. If you get a crit
Just
success,
normal?
you get an extra action. Yeah. If you have a crit fail, you get 1 less action. You normally have 2 actions in a round.
Oh boy. All right, speed test. Here we go.
Speed.
I succeed.
Milo fails.
Oh no,
Okay,
Milo.
I have the need for speed.
So everyone succeeds but me. Good to know. So I'm after the creature, which is fair because I already had a turn shooting at it. Cool. So everyone goes before the creature, however they want to go. And on your turn, you have 2 actions to spend, which, if we want, I can like give a quick list of what general actions are. But in general, it's just the idea
Yeah,
of, like, do
attacking,
a thing.
bandaging a wound, checking someone's vital signs, firing a vehicle weapon, maneuvering a vehicle, opening an airlock, operating, reloading a weapon,
Mhm.
running, walking.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just go with Dr. Patton. What are you doing right now? I would assume you have the revolver, or do you
No.
not have a weapon?
I have the bioscanner. That
Oh,
takes
you're-
up both my hands.
Okay.
What I want to do is I want to try to tune the bioscanner so that I can like pinpoint a weakness on this thing.
Okay. Give me a biology, I guess.
A xenobiology?
Yeah, xenobiology. Do you have xenobiology? Did you get
I
it?
do now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do it. Roll me a xenobiology. Intelligence, or unless you feel
And-
speed is more appropriate.
Oh
here.
god.
It doesn't matter. I fucked it up.
Oof.
A 75
Oof,
and
you
you
rolled a
still miss it.
92.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot pinpoint a weakness. It seems it's equally armored upon its entire body to you.
And then like my other action is like, I don't know, defensive stance or whatever. since I don't have a weapon, I just want to.
You can basically just look for cover.
Less likely target. Yeah.
You can hide behind cover, which we have an entire vehicle, which
that takes up like 80% of the tunnel space.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'll hide behind that.
So if you're getting attacked, you'll have advantage on armor saves against those attacks. Unless it like moves up to you and starts meleeing you, but.
Sirah, I guess we'll go. Unless Matt, do you have an idea of what you're going to do?
Yeah, so the flamethrower is like part of the vehicle, right?
No, the flamethrower is just like clipped onto the side. Sirah currently is holding on to the flamethrower.
The flamethrower is part of Sirah.
Then I don't have a weapon, I don't think.
There's a revolver that's in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I'll just grab that and try to pop some shots out the window.
Okay.
Technically, you could also just drive the vehicle to try and drive over this creature. Just keep it going.
Then that would risk damaging the vehicle.
Fair.
That would risk damaging the vehicle, and also I think Sirah and Millo are in front of it.
That would risk damaging the personnel.
So the revolver's medium range is 30 meters, which you're within. So you need to succeed by at least 10.
Nope.
You do not succeed.
I'm really bad at combat, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have a 28.
I mean, I have a 30 in combat, so I'm not getting much better than you.
That's fair.
I'll get decent once I get in close quarters combat, but if we can wait it out for now, it's gonna be it's gonna be good.
Fair.
By the way, if anyone wants to move, you get to move half your speed in meters.
Yes.
I believe
Also,
down.
Zev, can you zoom out? Actually, you know what? I think I can zoom out, right?
No, it'd have to be Zev.
It would have to be Zev. Just to give like a full picture of what the like mining tunnels look like for
just what the entire bowels look like.
Yeah.
There you go. I had it focused on just the tunnel to Gamma, but I can do this as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you.
I should have made it on the side, thanks. So it just fits in the white. I should have. I'm stupid. The wrong side up. Maybe next time. For next time, I'll just flip it.
You can turn it sideways.
Yeah. But yeah, I believe
it is Sirah's turn,
yeah, Sirah's
unless
turn.
Milo or Matt moves.
Actually,
no, I'm staying in the cockpit.
I do have a quick question. Did Sirah get to take her like awesome cleaver with her again? It's like, is that now her signature weapon that she just, whenever she goes out, she can pick up again?
I did not steal it. I gave it back.
Oh wait, I get 2 actions, right? So can I do 2 shots?
Yes.
Okay, well I'll pop off another shot then.
Just keep in mind how much ammo you have.
I have no idea. How much ammo do I have?
It's a revolver, right? You have 8 ammo.
Yep.
All right. 6 ammo now.
But if it hits, it has a chance of knockdown, so that's cool.
I feel like Matt is just like shooting wildly out this cockpit.
It's just like randomly aiming like. Milo's not gonna be happy with this.
Just hanging out the window, just firing the gun. You aren't even recognizing the recoil because you're a robot. Your arm's just getting blown back like this, and you like before you even fully put it back to aim, you're firing again. Awesome. So Sirah, it is your turn. You can move up to half of your speed and then torch the thing with the flamethrower if you want, or you could.
I was just about to do that.
You were about to do that?
What?
Okay.
Okay.
So the thing is about 15 meters away from you.
That's close enough for me to get it with my flamethrower, probably.
So you want to be within 2 meters of the thing.
Cool. So I'm going to get as close as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And then is it
It's
combat?
Yes, but you can roll combat with some, let's see. Where are you? Would you consider a flamethrower heavy machinery?
Yes.
No, it's a weapon. Heavy machinery is big.
Okay,
like
so
I said,
rim-wise?
forklifts.
Yeah. So like rim-wise, I guess? Because rim-wise gives you the ability to go into firearms. Or would you just fire it with no modifier?
Rim-wise doesn't... Rim-wise about knowing about the colonies and the bad parts of town. So just
I
like...
think you would need military training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
You need-
Roll combat with no modifier.
Like, if it's a specific weapon that you can find in the seedy parts of most districts, then sure. Like, you know, then you might be capable of
You
using
were
rim-wise,
right up
but
in its
otherwise...
face. Sirah, I need you to make a body save.
Oh god.
You succeed. So you were knocked back 10 feet, but you do not take any damage somehow.
Because my muscles protected me.
Nice.
All right, so Milo, it is your turn now. You just saw your friend Sirah get whacked with a tentacle and knocked back 10 feet, but she
It already has
seems to
two
be
actions?
okay.
Yeah,
She
I ran
moved
forward.
right up into its face and then
Okay.
fired the flamethrower.
Okay, but doesn't he get the thing get to attack her twice then? Or move away after that? Because it also has two actions.
Yeah, you're right. It is going to do another slam.
Sorry,
onto
Sirah.
Make a
Thanks,
body
friend.
save.
Look, your
You
buff
failed.
muscles can
You
hold
gain
up.
one stress, and
It would actually still be armor saves. Body saves are about poison.
there are
and that
armor
kind of stuff.
saves.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Armor saves
Is
are
your
about
armor
defending
higher
yourself.
or lower than? Is your armor higher or lower than your body?
If we have gotten a fact suit from the mission, then it would be 7% higher than it is right now. But I don't know if we've gotten vac suits or we're just in Teamster clothing.
You're in
I
Teamster
think
clothing
we're
with the
in-
rebreathers.
Okay,
Yeah.
then it's just your normal armor value.
Okay, so Shira's armor is 35, not 30. So she would have failed anyway.
Yeah.
So you gain a stress and you take 10 damage.
Oof.
Alright. So Milo, you watch Sirah get whacked. She gets pushed back 10 feet, and then a second tentacle slaps her across the face, and you see she's got her face is starting to swell up a little bit.
Yeah, I think Milo
Some blood.
Milo was like standing on a part of the digger and just like jumps down and gets within close range. He's like,
God damn it, you stay away from the fucking demon lady. You and I can beef now, bitch.
and it just starts trying to shoot it in the face.
All right. So you get within 10 meters of it.
Mm-hmm. To hopefully make a normal combat check that is going to hit again. Nope, never mind. It's not going to hit.
Unfortunately, you do miss.
I just yell really loudly. I probably half miss because I'm seeing Matt just like shoot like crazy. He's like, God damn it! Trying to like give commands to Matt on how to properly like use gun tactics and how to wield a big gun with a heavy recoil.
Recalibrating
Yeah.
for recoil.
He probably doesn't even notice that he's starting to say that you're gonna hurt yourself and those kind of things, which normally he would never care about with a droid, but it's like...
So I guess we'll move on to see Dr. Patton. Would you like to make another attempt at what you had tried previously with the bioscanner?
Yeah, I'd love to.
I would like to see that happen as well.
That's a success. Good, I
Awesome.
did it.
So everybody making combat rolls against this thing going forward has advantage.
Yeah! Woo!
Nice.
We're gonna kill it. We're gonna kill it. I hope. Or it's gonna kill us. One of the two. Slight difference.
Either way.
Yeah. Either way, who goes? Is it me after, or is it? Did we do somebody else?
Any of the three of you
I mean,
before the
Yeah,
creature.
you could go if you.
Well, I
like.
mean, Sirah got hit, right?
Yeah,
Um,
Sirah did get hit.
Okay. So I think my next, like, my second action is to, like, move up to Sirah.
Okay.
Like,
You'd be within
I can't,
melee
like-
range of the creature.
Yeah,
You
and
would
then
be
it's
within.
like-
Well, the melee range of the
Well,
creature is pretty
short
long to
range.
begin with.
Yeah.
all right. Well, then I guess I'll just continue hiding, and I'll do it next round when I've got 2 actions.
I'm hurt, but I'm not like hurting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're not down, so it's fine.
We're strength
Cool.
characters. We
So,
got
yeah,
a bunch
it
of
is-
health.
It's Milo's
fair.
or Shira's turn, whoever would like to go. Or Matt or Shira.
Yeah.
It's Shira's turn.
Either or. Yeah. Maybe Shira should go first.
Because I'm
She's-
like, and it
I can't
takes
hear you.
at all.
Oh, now I can.
Okay.
So your microphone's on your wire. Okay.
It's weird.
Okay. So you're going to try to flamethrower it again?
Going to try to flamethrow it again.
You get 2 attempts at it this time if you'd like.
Yeet.
That is 2
Nice.
successes. That is pretty cool.
2
Yeah.
successes. Awesome. So
Burn
you
it.
you just let out a big old burst of fire. It's like and you get to roll.
You get
2d10
2d10.
times 10
But
times 10.
yeah, it's 2d10 times 10. So you're rolling like 2
That's
you're
a
rolling
lot.
2
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it gets to make a body save or gets set on fire, taking
Yeah.
1d10 damage per turn.
Yikes.
Fire's good, y'all. Fire's good. Unless you're on fire, and then fire's less good.
Yes. I just type in 2d10 times
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, sure.
So just
that
type
works.
/R space 2d10 and then you can do the math in your head.
We just put a 0 behind whatever gets out, so yeah. So 70 damage.
70.
Okay, and it's going to make a body save. I don't have like a generic sheet, so I'm going to pop one up right now.
Like, in base armor is like 30 and it's armored, so you could go like a 40 or something. 50 would also work.
I only meant to roll that once, not twice. Wow, it critically failed. You
No,
You
wait,
incinerate this thing.
wait. The first one didn't have a target value, so it critical failed, even though it would have succeeded if the value was 50. So it would have been a critical success.
So it does. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so you torch this thing for 70 damage. As far as you can tell, it goes down. It is not on fire, but it hits the ground.
Okay. I'm going to use my second action to back up a little bit.
Fair.
You used your second action to flamethrower.
Yeah,
again.
you flamethrower
So
twice.
you get to roll another dice.
Yeah.
I thought I had.
I thought she was just rolling with advantage.
I thought I was rolling
Yeah,
with it.
I thought.
Oh, you're right. You are rolling with advantage. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Sorry about that. You can back up then.
Thank
No
you.
worries. No worries.
Bye.
All right.
I'll
So
give you some
it
heals.
would. It's Matt's turn. Matt, what are you up to?
Okay. I don't know if taking a shot is really worth it, considering how bad I am at this.
It appears to be downed as well. It's not like making any sudden movements or.
Right.
It started to let out another one of those wails, but it got cut off. So it was like a gurgled, like.
I guess I will drive the vehicle a little bit forward. Obviously not going to run over our friends here.
Okay.
But like just move it so that we're like closer to the thing.
Sounds good. All right, and for all intents and purposes, the creature does nothing.
Cool.
Milo, what would you like
I
to
walk
do?
up to it and grab my laser cutter to cut off its head.
Okay. You can coup de grace with. I do want you to make. What kind of?
Some kind of save.
I want
Probably
you to
sanity-
make.
probably
Yeah, I want you to
sanity
make a
save.
body. I want you to make a body save to prevent yourself from getting the blood on your body.
Failure. More
Oh, no.
success.
All right. So if you get a bit of blood on your like arm, and it like bubbles and fizzes, but it kind of feels like peroxide on a wound. It doesn't burn or anything, and then it kind of like dissipates.
And just look at it as like,
Oh, that was chemical burns.
kind of like touches his face a little bit and just like keeps on cutting off the head. And once he's done, he just like grabs the head, lets it drip out a little bit, and just looks where Patton is to start throwing it at her. It's like, here, you got some samples.
Thank you. You sure you're... I'm gonna check on Sirah, though. Yeah. Sirah, you're right. Seemed like it got you good there for a moment.
No, I'm fine. It's just a bruise. I can walk it off.
Call those face muscles.
Shira ain't got no glass jaw, that's for sure.
I want to shove this head into a bag so I can take it home with me.
Shove the head in a bag. You can do that.
Okay.
That's perfectly fine.
While she's
I'm gonna
doing
write
that,
down head in
yeah.
a bag.
While she's doing that, like,
Yes, I'm gonna write down head in a bag as you put your watercolor brush in your mouth.
Shira, you mind me lending the fire, the flamethrower a little bit so I can burn what is left? You know, get rid of the evidence as Matt would like to hear it. So to say. Or I know you can do it.
I would prefer to keep it just in case another one shows up.
I'm not saying that you're gonna throw it away. I'm just saying burn whatever's left in case something weird happens with it.
I know. I just don't want to be without a weapon in case. Where's the bioscanner? We're still alone, right?
Suddenly, 20 life forms of the bioscanner everywhere.
Oh shit.
I finish shoving the head into the bag, and then I look at the bioscanner. What does it tell me? How bad is it?
There is a faint residual life force still being seen on the thing, but it's going out quickly, but you don't have anything else coming around you.
You know
There's
what?
definitely nothing coming from behind you.
You know what?
Also, a flamethrower only has 8 shots.
I don't have a...
There have been...
I don't have a death wish, but I think Milo would be curious enough, now that he's back in these tunnels, to put on the infrared goggles and see what he can see of like the residue of the heat spot of this creature. See if that still
It's
has
towards
something interesting.
So it looks, its body is sort of like a bird with like thicker legs, like in the front, and it seems to only have 2 legs. And they're like for burrowing, like, but
Yeah.
they're like talonous burrowing claws. And then like at where your torso would be, like where your hips would be, it just turns into like almost a octopus, but it's all armored.
The infrared goggles.
The heat registry. It's still registering heat because it was on fire.
Fair.
But aside from that, like its life essence is coming from the same point that that Dr. Patton shouted out to aim for to get advantage, which is like towards where the body meets the tentacles.
Yeah. And I guess I turn around and then I just see Demon Lady in new form, as she too got eaten up from all the fire that she was spouting not too long ago. It's like, damn.
Right, and I think it's time to get going again.
Matt, you hear like the oh, I guess the car was always started up, but it just like slowly starts moving again.
I still need to get inside.
Good. Yes.
It's going slow enough that you can get in.
yeah. He's mostly just making a fuss about it.
Yeah,
And throughout the next mile that we're going or so, he's probably just constantly berating you about like gun safety and how to properly like shoot heavy barrel guns. It's like
How to compensate for recoil.
Next fucking time you shoot the
Okay.
thing, keep the arm outstretched in front of you, not entirely straight so you don't break your ligaments. Oh wait, you don't have those, wait.
just constantly trying to adjust, and he's getting very confused with himself.
Excellent.
Awesome. So another time shows up. It's overheating is likely. There's a collection of, I guess a backfill would be the precise word for it, but a backfill of large rocks that would, I don't know, impede anybody trying to travel through this alley or through this tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you guys take a little bit of time to work on that. Mhm. Yeah, and nothing shows up on the bioscanner.
That's good.
I would like
I have a question.
Millo to make a.
I will make
Yeah,
make
sure.
a save in a second, but what is Patton's arm looking like by now?
It is still bruised, but it's no longer swollen.
It's been
Okay.
like a week and it's still bruised. Yeah, okay, I guess that's fine.
I mean, it's like a yellowy bruise, not a purpley bruise, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
I would
Internal
like
trouble.
Millo to make a body save though.
Fair.
Uh-oh.
Carrying a lot of heavy shit.
Okay, you
Success!
succeed.
Aha! I sometimes have
You
successes.
feel
in me.
you feel the muscles in your left forearm tightening a little bit, but it doesn't impede you.
Yes.
You know what? Milo has gotten smarter. I would like to investigate where this feeling comes from with my first aid abilities.
Okay.
Because I have first aid. He is now the second smartest on the team. He should act like it. Do I have like a bonus or a detriment due to it being weird alien shit?
No, I would just say it's intelligence first aid.
Sure.
You fail. You see
those
there
are
is
some
a
high rolls,
bruise.
Jesus.
You see there is
my.
a, yeah, 57 is most of the time you would get that. You see there's a bruise where that liquid from the blood of the creature landed, but that's about it.
It's fine.
Yeah, it keeps him
I'm
doing
sure
his
it's
job.
fine.
And then just like bangs on the
You
side of the
definitely
vehicle.
don't tell Patton about it.
Definitely not. That would be too
Okay.
smart.
Like, he's smarter, but not that smart.
And now Milo's pregnant. It's aliens. Sorry.
But it wasn't even on my face, goddammit.
All right, so you guys oil up, you clean up the debris that's been left behind. You guys are making great timing. You had your run-in with one of the onions, but so far so good. It seems pretty quiet. But we're getting back into the flickering light territory. This time it is not in a discernible pattern like last time you guys seen it. You can't see any like reason that it would be spelling out anything in Morse code. It's just a flickering light pattern, and there's some strangeness. The air was still to this point, but now it feels damp and cool.
It is, but the lights are still flickering, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna be very bad for myself. Can I just make a sanity check, because I want to know if Matthew's gonna hold the whole operation just to see if he can fix the lights, because it's bugging him.
I was going to have everybody make a sanity roll.
Well, that's fair, but now we know what happens if I fail.
You can go. You can go ahead and
Of course I fail.
failure.
Of course you failed. That makes sense.
You can still do an engineering roll to see if you can fix the lights.
Yeah, but
Well-
it's like Milo just starts seeing the flashing lights again. It's like,
God fucking damn it. Everyone, just Matt, just fucking stop the vehicle for a second. I'm gonna fix this. It's getting on my nerves.
And just like steps out, grabs like some basic repair kit, and just like trucks off.
So can everybody actually make their sanity save again for me, please? Because you're all within Matt's presence.
Oh, so we can all critically fail instead of just fail.
Of course. Critical
it's insanity
success,
or
which
fear?
doesn't matter. Sanity.
Sanity or fear? Because you don't have. I don't think you.
No,
have
you only
the,
have a fear. This was a
Correct.
sanity.
Only
You
with
guys-
fear.
Yes,
Yeah.
fear.
Oh,
fits.
okay.
I am bad at this game.
This is
No,
why
no.
we have other
We're
people.
getting better at this game.
That's fair.
It's okay. It didn't get worse. We all fucked up, but it didn't get worse.
I'm just
My
looking at my
stress
criticals.
goes up
I'm just
to
looking
2.
at my double zeros and seeing them wasted.
Uh,
I've
How
rolled so
high can
bad.
stress get?
Stress can just
infinite.
keep going
Infinite.
forever.
Infinite
So what
until you get rid
happens
of it.
when you get more?
It makes panic checks. It makes it less likely for you to pass a panic check,
Got
and
it.
panic checks cause like
Yeah.
permanent.
So
Right,
they are
right.
added to your panic rolls, which first is a check if you get a panic attack to begin with, and then they're added on what you roll for that to see what kind of effect you have. And if you get 30 plus on a panic roll, which is I believe is your stress plus 2d10, you instantly die from heart failure.
Oh, shit.
It's beautiful.
But if you get it really low, which is nice, then you can even get like adrenaline boost and actually be better for some time. So,
Right.
panic rolls don't always have to be bad.
So
Which
you
is-
guys
yeah.
get to, and this is the part where everything starts blinking. It's sort of like an intersection. This particular corridor has been marked for no entry, but you can see that you don't see people working, but you can hear commotion as if like people are doing their job and stuff. But you are still seeing the blinking lights. If you would like to do an engineering roll to try to fix that, Millo,
Heck
because I know you
yes.
said you were.
They're working on my nerves.
honestly, I would prefer if they stopped blinking.
So looking into the lights for so long, I would like you to make a panic check this time,
A straight up panic check.
because you
Or fear.
Yes, because it's like a jump. No, this is like a jump scare of
Okay.
like
No, fair.
Faust's face
every
coming out of the
time
light.
I fail a sanity check, all other players, every friendly player nearby gains +1 stress. So sorry,
Nice.
Okay.
Excellent.
Additional
Sorry.
My stress is 6
Everybody
instead of
gets
5.
stressed.
You see,
guys?
Dr. Patton looks a little bit worried, and now you're more worried because she's worried.
This is
Yep,
why I said
yep,
we need to
yep.
start making more saves, because then the game's gonna play itself.
See, there we go. Yeah, no, it's good. No, this is how it's supposed to go.
Stress.
This is how it's
Just
supposed to
an
go.
exponential cycle of. Okay.
Oh,
you- you
Success on the panic
succeeded.
check. There we go.
Good job.
I am not
You
panicked.
relieve one of your stresses.
Woo!
But you did see like a blast out of this visage of like a very robotic face.
Yep.
So it makes you think about Matt, but it did not look like Matt.
I'm probably far enough away from everyone else that I'm just grumbling and kind of like cursing at Faust. And I forgot that the comms are still on, so everyone is hearing this, but it's like,
Goddamn fucking bolt face of a Faust is never fucking in heaven.
and everyone
And
probably
the-
just like,
the-
comes off.
Yeah.
And the lights are still flickering.
You're a fucking mind. Just get the fucking thing going again.
And just
Okay.
walks back on the...
Just
I'm still looking at the thingamajigger. Keep an eye out for baddies.
Let's see if there's gonna be more baddies. The dice will...
Nope. So far, it does not seem that anything pops up on the radar.
excellent.
How nice.
Just chugging along.
Probably have to do another clank them up to get the rid
Yep.
of the overheating.
I figured it would take six cycles of that for you guys to get to Gamma.
Mm-hmm.
Do they need to make their body saves now for the
For getting tired.
For getting
Yeah.
tired.
So Milo's going to make 2, and Shira's going to make 1. body saves.
Can I like make a? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
So this one is probably for fatigue. So I fail on fatigue.
Yep.
How nice.
Feeling a bit beat up.
And let's see how
You
I'm
make it
doing on
twice.
alien bullshit. Also fail.
And you're feeling a little bit of
I
your
roll.
your hand. You start tensing your hand like a little. I wouldn't say like Parkinson's because it's not trembly, but it's like you're contracting your hand involuntarily.
Right. Well,
Like as
How
the job is
noticeable is that?
as the job is almost done and he's starting to notice like,
right. Sirah, you think you can take care of the rest?
I sure can. You all right there, buddy?
Oh, I'm fine. Just as fine as you were 2 days ago when we were talking about how you were doing.
and he kind of like just walks in.
You're such a jerk.
straight for Dr. Patton.
Yeah.
And it just he walks in with like his hands in his like, in his pockets and like,
Hey, Patton, you got a moment away from...
and like points at Matt very conspicuously.
Of course. I'll walk over with you.
And kind of like, I guess walk in front of the digger since Sirah's at the back, and there's probably not a lot of room for privacy inside, so just like walks over outside. Checks have comms off this time.
So,
Right?
And then it just like,
I don't think that's
Yeah.
normal.
No, I don't think so either.
Can you see the bruise down there?
I
You can see
do.
little like black tendrils sticking out of the bruise now.
Oh, that's
Like
a
black
problem.
veins, not tendrils, not like sticking
no.
out.
I-
Yeah.
Let me use a
xenobiology?
med scanner.
Oh, med scanner, that's also
plus
pretty nice.
xenobiology. I don't know. I wanna learn more. I
You want to learn more.
I wanna subscribe.
Subscribe to
Yes.
Millo Daily for more weird alien shit.
Yeah. Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah. Give me some more weird alien bullshit. So, xenobiology. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And Milo's just like explaining like,
Success.
So what you believe is happening, it's not like a poison or anything, but it seems like the DNA from the silicon-based life form is trying to infuse itself with the carbon-based blood that is Milo, and it's causing rigor mortis.
That's real bad.
Not great.
I don't think
Not
I
great.
explained
I-
any
I-
of that.
I think he's just explaining the symptoms like,
Yeah, it seems, I don't know, it seems to stiffen up a little bit and it's pulling
Oh,
on the
that's
muscles.
not good.
I know what it
That's
is,
really not good.
but
Oh,
what do you mean
that's-
not good? It's just like a bruise, right?
I'm afraid not. Now, I want to figure out how I can fix this.
Okay.
But you know what
which-
it is, right?
That would be first aid.
Okay. Let
Doctor-
me make this roll and then I'll tell you if I know
yeah.
what it is. Yeah.
You succeed.
Okay. Whew.
Like,
So you know
Uh,
those things like when you go backpacking in the desert or something where there's rattlesnakes and a bunch of stuff present, where they give you those little suction pump things to pull venom out of a bite?
Yes.
You're thinking that maybe you can do that, but you need it at a pore level. You need it to like suck out at the level, like suck through all of his pores. So a face mask will probably do it. Like a nice exfoliating face mask.
Patton.
I feel like I don't have one of those in my med kit. Just handy.
You may have something though. You may have like a vacuum, like one of those dentistry vacuums that you may be able to like doctor. Into.
so yeah,
Sure,
I
yeah.
guess it's just looking at me with this worried glance like,
Patton, I'd like to know what this is. Because if you're looking weird, that means weird shit's happening.
Well, it appears that it's Well, I don't think this should be possible, but maybe I should be making a sanity save because of that. I don't know.
Or at least fear.
yeah.
Maybe you a sanity and me
Yeah.
a fear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want that to be the case.
Take a stress, everybody.
no, success.
Everybody, or no, it would only be Millo because you guys have
Yeah.
preface that you are stepping away from the rest of the group.
Yes, sorry. By everybody, I just meant Milo.
So is it was your stress for someone else? Was that for fear or for sanity saves?
Mine is sanity.
Okay. So
she
then
failed a sanity.
I take one because you failed.
Yep.
And
Right.
I'm fine.
Right.
Except you have like a boatload of stress.
I mean,
No, that's fine.
It's just 8 stress. What are we worrying about?
Oh, good.
It's fine.
Awesome.
So I'm like, well, it appears that the silicon-based life form is trying to co-opt your blood, and we need to get that out immediately.
You're saying that this thing is trying to take me over.
Or eat you, yes. I think I can get it out though. Give me just a moment. And I like wave to Matt, or maybe turn
Patton.
the comms back on him. Like,
How deep
Matt,
is
can you
this?
stop the vehicle a moment?
Patton, how deep is this? Is this still
It's
skin
getting
deep?
deeper by the moment.
Is it skin deep
Just-
now?
Now? Tell me, is it skin deep now?
It's
Also,
it's
no.
getting into the muscular tissue. It's not bone depth. It's not into your bones yet.
I've got like the device, and I'm like, give me your arm. All right, I'm gonna.
You cut off his arm with the vibe shetty.
No.
Damn it.
Look, let's be honest here. I already had in mind that if it was skin deep or just a little bit underneath the skin, he'd just grab the laser cutter and just burn the top layer off. It would hurt as
Yeah,
hell,
I
but
know.
would get rid
I
of
know
it.
that's what you were gonna do. That's why I'm not allowing that. I'm not answering your question. I'm like, give me your arm. So yeah, I've got a scalpel. It's fine.
Just get rid of it. I can deal with the pain.
Is this still first aid?
Yeah, this would be
yeah.
a first aid.
Matt comes over in response.
Unless
to
you
by
want
the
it to
way.
be, it could be xenobiology.
As Matt
Sweet.
comes
I'll
over,
roll for you.
Milo
course
instantly is
it's
like,
better.
You're not welcome here.
Well, I was told to come over.
No, I was
The
told you to
doctor
stop the
stopped the
vehicle.
vehicle.
Oh, I misunderstood. Yeah. Then
yeah,
then
that's
she
fine,
does
that's
it.
fine. I mean,
Yeah.
He's just being a righteous ass right
I
now.
did
because he's Like,
Awesome. So this sucks. This because it's a vacuum. This doesn't feel great, but you see that she like creates a laceration where the bruise is, and then sticks like a literal like high pressure vacuum into the wound, and then just sucks out a bunch of goop, most of it being your blood.
As I see her
And,
walk up with it's basically a tiny vacuum cleaner and a scalpel, I'm just like, fuck. Just grabs the flask, pulls up the cork, and just like,
Nice. And I feel like
Alright.
this is a good time to take our break.
Sure.
So you have been,
as we
for
go to
all
break,
intents and purposes,
like the shot before the break is my skin opening from the scalpel, and then just fades to black, and we hear the vacuum being turned on.
Yep.
It's in the
There you go.
background.
Yeah.
perfect. All right, everyone. Well, stick around. We'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll
Yeah.
continue from there. We still have at least an hour of play left for you.
Cool.
Woo.
Welcome back, everyone.
well returned.
We just witnessed minor surgery. That was fun. For all intents
Surgery,
and purposes,
house
Field
it seems
surgery.
it was successful.
Mostly successful.
The arm's still attached.
Yeah, the arm's still attached.
Just
So
a bit of a
call that a
bleeding mess.
success. Call that a failure.
Should I grab the
I
catch?
mean, I'm
Bandage it up.
sure.
I bandaged it up.
Fair.
You got like the butterfly bandages, you know?
Milo
Covering
probably
over
got
the
halfway
incision.
through starting to pour the bile on his arm because he's used to just like using strong booze, and it's like,
Wait, no, that's probably no, not that one. That one will not work.
I would not recommend it. I've taken care of it. It didn't sting. You might have noticed, but I promise you it's working.
Well, I hope you did right, because I'd rather keep the arm. But on the other hand, if it does go wrong, I know maybe the people up here would like to pay towards a robot arm. That would be cool.
I'd rather you kept your own arm as well, but
Robot arms are pretty cool.
Are.
Mm-hmm.
you're not wrong
Just
there.
saying.
Yeah.
And I got the body for some cybernetics if I want it.
Right,
The
well,
only problem is I doubt they'll pay for it.
I might fall on some liability clause because I know about the aliens that they don't want anyone to know about. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
That's a good point. Are you ready for us to begin again?
Oh, sure, don't mind me.
And
So
kinda
would
just-
Shira have been like curious? Would you have like poked your head around? Would anybody like?
No, I'm still trying to bury my head into my work so I don't think about stuff.
Okay,
Mhm.
so you're still shoveling rocks.
Lifting
Okay,
stuff.
got it.
Yeah.
Rocks away. You know, putting them away.
I think as he just stands there and look at like the wound a little bit, while Dr. Patton starts walking back to the station, it's like,
Dr. Patton.
Just
thanks. Thanks. And he just walks.
Are you sure you don't want a painkiller?
I have enough right here. And holds the flask up.
So she smiles and nods and gets back into place. We move on.
Excellent. Cool. So you make it to the O2 distribution center where that couple, though they weren't necessarily together, they were just like two people. Previously were, until the one went insane and the other one got ripped through a hole half the size of their body by a noodle monster. You get to that point and it is about time for you guys to wheel up again.
I'd just like to point out, I forgot that I had this in my house. So, we're
Take a
good
shot
now.
and shut the fuck up.
There you go.
That's
That is
Milo's that's
perfect.
Milo's remedy.
It's the flask now. If I'd known this beforehand, I wouldn't have put my whiskey in here, but I would have put it in the flask. But hey, this probably needs some proper cleaning out as well. But it's about the idea. I have props again. Yeah.
It's alcohol. It's fine.
Yeah, I
There you
know.
go.
Anywho, so there was a specific protocol given to you guys. Now you need to take hoses off of the vehicle and spray the interior of this place while avoiding the machine that produces the capsules for air.
Okay.
But
And I
I'd
will.
say this is at least two people need to make a heavy machinery roll on this.
But here's the question. If we accidentally still hit it with this stuff and then have to repair it, couldn't we repair it in such a way where we could also get a bunch of stuff that spilled out of it? And get
You
a
guys
bunch of
have
oxygen.
you have an oxygen tanker in the vehicle that you're in, and if Jabari was a narc, Matt is the biggest narc of them all, probably.
Fair, but is Matt in sight right now? That's the other question.
Well, Matt's driving.
I mean, we don't need to be driving any right now because we're standing still in front of the oxygen supply room.
Yeah, so she's just in the cockpit waiting.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, Sirah, you up for some shenanigans?
I feel like, I mean, out of character, I feel like you should probably have Sirah go ask Nat some questions to get her out of the way, too. You don't know
Oh.
Sirah that much yet.
Fair. Yeah, no, but here's the thing. Millo is stupidly trusting with a specific type of person. He thinks you're all right. We're muscle buddies.
Alright.
You're part of the crew.
I mean, are you gonna ask Dr. Patton to go keep Matt busy?
Depends. Is Dr. Patton here already while this happening? Saying she had quote-unquote nothing to do with it because she needed heavy machinery to operate this.
Well, I mean, I'm just like there because we're waiting outside the thing. So
There's probably like a super spackle that you need to put over that hole that the person got ripped through.
Mm-hmm.
That probably is still stained with gore.
Yeah.
I might be able to do that.
Dr. Patton, I think we might need your help. You see, there's a bunch of gore around here that you might want to inspect for specific particles and then cover it up. And then perhaps tell Matt about how well you did for some time.
Just talk about how good you did.
Scratching your back then, am I?
I thought that's all we did around here.
She nods. I'll keep
You guys are
everything.
just the back scratchingest duo.
Scratching them backs. That's all we do. Especially when she tries and climb on my back after having drunk too much.
All right, so 2 heavy machinery rolls.
Can I just quote-unquote instant fill mine because I want to hit the machine?
Yeah, go for it.
It's like, failure! There you go. Done. Oops! I failed. I'm so sad. Now I need to repair the machine. And get all up inside of it. And hope that I can actually fix it, because I've been rolling like shit lately.
I was gonna say it's going to be rolling
You
at
have to-
disadvantage
I
because
was
you're
gonna say-
sealing the room in like a lead alloy that makes it hard for things to penetrate. So
What you gotta do is you gotta make the roll and succeed to break the machine in a way that you can fix.
Fair. We can do that. Where's my heavy machinery? Would it at this point still be heavy machinery then, or would it be jury rigging?
I think jury rigging makes sense.
Very well. Strength, I guess, to keep the hose under control. Like,
Yeah, strength or speed.
cool. Let's see how our demon lady does first, because maybe she just fucks it up for me, then I don't have to do anything.
Oh, thanks. So I'm doing strength.
Yeah, strength, heavy machinery.
Strength heavy machinery.
So it's
Should-
a plus 10.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if you have it.
Thank you, Joy. Yes.
Ah, no, now I need to fuck it up.
I did my job properly.
And I fucked it up. There you go. I can't roll for shit today.
You fucked up fucking it up.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. So did I fuck up fucking it up in the way that I now can't do anything and everything's actually fine? Or did I fuck up fucking it up that it's
No,
so bad
you
that
fucked
it's gonna
up.
be...
You fucked up in a
Yeah.
your pay's getting docked kind of way.
It depends on how badly I repair it. Maybe I roll a critical success on repairs.
If you critically succeed, you do not lose 2 labor points on an engineering. Give me an
Cool.
engineer if you critically succeed.
And how about getting some more of these oxygen tanks out of them?
Sure, you could get 5 of them.
Yes. Building a stash just in case something happens. Engineering, right?
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence or speed?
That's up to you.
Oh, then definitely intelligence.
Can I succeed at a thing? I have high stats. Can I roll below a 70, please?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't that be
You
nice?
need to just switch systems to where you need to roll high. It'll be fine.
No, it never works, because this is the same with D&D. I once had a session where I rolled 11 natural ones in one session, where I rolled like maybe 24 times. It's just like, this is me.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just
Holy
bad at
moly.
rolling. I'm the new Hulhuiten. Every generation needs one.
Um,
I'm the one of my generation. Cool.
So Matt, you would have actually noticed that the machine that was supposed to be avoided has been damaged by this process.
Yeah, I think
Even
like
if I'm trying to keep her busy.
I think it's because of the consecutive failures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or they're supposed to they're overseeing it, so they have to check the work anyway, kind of thing.
Can I try to stand in the way and fix it real quick?
Give me a jury rig at disadvantage.
Can I help her?
It's speed. It has to be fast. No. You have helped as much as you can.
I don't get
Can
my
I help?
I swear I'm supposed
that?
to be good at things.
since I'm purposely distracting Matt, can I help by just being like, oh, one more thing, Matt, before you go and check on that work. I was just at, and go off
All
on
right.
the.
Fine, you're not at disadvantage.
Good.
Just make a jury rig speed. You have to be fast. So it has to
You're
be speed.
welcome.
Is it a plus 10 or a plus 15?
Jury rig is plus 15.
Okay.
Nope. Still busted. You guys did everything you could.
yeah, so Matt
Alright.
just walks over and it's just like, it seems this machine is broken.
Oh, really? It's broken? I hadn't noticed yet. Hey, Sarah, you see, it's broken. I hadn't fucking noticed yet.
It was broken when we
Yes,
got
it's
here.
broken.
It was not broken when we got here.
It's
definitely
covered in lead. It's covered in lead isotope. It's
Okay, you say it's broken. You can't even
obviously
see
you
the
guys
machine. It's hidden
blasted
behind
it
all the
with
lid.
counter.
I would like to see if there's something I can do here. I want to. I would like to propose some combination of chemicals in the med kit that I can mix together. I want to make a solvent that's gonna allow us to clean the iron oxide off of this machine.
Yep.
Jeez, this is chemistry at disadvantage. Easy.
Sure.
Nobody can help
But-
you with this.
Oh.
Nobody can help you with this.
Why? I'm trained in chemistry.
You guys have made like six
it's
rolls.
because it's like the 7th roll for the same
Gosh.
thing.
Gosh, I just want to give her advantage.
They were right.
Oh no!
So, what happens?
I would.
You
first of
create
all-
a solvent so strong that it melts through and destroys the oxygen cylinder that feeds the other oxygen cylinders. The thing is completely destroyed now.
Can I
It's not
just-
just damaged, it is
I
completely
believe you have
destroyed.
made it worse.
Can I just post that all of us take 1 or 2 stress? I guess except from Matt.
Yes. I think everybody should take stress for that. You guys
and
rolled so many times.
with my
So many
critical
times.
failure, there's a mandatory thing. What is the mandatory thing of the critical failure?
There's not per se a critical mandatory thing on a critical failure. It is on a
Yeah, it depends
check.
on the.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on saves.
Okay.
Basically, it's just you don't do the thing that you wanted to do, and something else bad happens.
And
on
it
top of
gets
that.
worse. No, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
You destroyed the machine. It's not just
I-
broken. It is completely
Yeah.
unsalvageable.
There's no one
Well-
here that can fix it anymore. They need to place a new one. That's the problem
Yep.
now.
You guys, it's so getting docked from our pay.
It will be very expensive to replace this machine.
Oh, come on, can you just shut up? I am very much aware.
I appreciate
Okay.
all your help in that.
I did not help.
And now it's broken permanently. Thank you.
Okay.
I thought I was the one that's supposed to hate these robots.
Okay.
Right now, Patton hates herself. And she's just taking it out
Taking
on
it out on
everybody
everyone
else.
else.
We all hate ourselves right now, except for Matt, because Matt is always fine.
So, after you guys finish this room and you're like about to start the engine back up on the tunneling machine, you hear one of those, and I want you all to make a fear save.
Oh boy.
Where's my?
Everyone
spy
has
scanner?
disadvantage.
Yay!
Shit.
You all have
Damn it.
disadvantage.
I passed, and then like you have disadvantage. Failure. At least it wasn't a critical failure this time.
Everybody failed. Nobody.
No, I
critically
succeed.
failed,
I succeed.
Oh,
No,
of course
you
you succeed.
I would
That
like,
is fine.
I would like to claim my prize. I'm the first to have hit the double digits in stress. We're at
Good
10.
job.
Yeah.
Congrats.
All right, but you guys proceed onward. There's nothing within 100 meters. It did sound fairly distant, and you guys get to the opening, the entryway to Gamma, which is currently open. You would like to make sure that is sealed entirely, coated in this same polymer and isotope or whatever the hell I've been calling it, and then return back, spraying another layer along the walls to double up the integrity of what you guys have been working on.
I think on the way there, Milo is telling this very bad attempted lie at saying that all the lead isotope stuff got everywhere because there suddenly was one of these onions and he was trying to fight it with the like stuff that came out of the hose, and that's why it got everywhere.
Oh god. That would be a sight. Watching you fight one of the things with a actually that kind of plays into what's going on now. Once you guys get to the entry to Gamma, the lights are still on, and you can see that there's 2 or 3 of these creatures just sitting in the middle, eating those bodies that you guys had left a few days ago.
No, I burned them.
Oh, you did burn all of them. Never mind. So they're
Yeah.
they're kind of gathered around, like walking
Good
around
job.
in the camp, looking for biological remains. You guys left the fryer on, so that probably caught on fire.
If not fully exploded at some point.
Yeah, if not fully exploded. But I think if anybody wants to make an engineering roll to close this door before you seal it, it would probably make the rest of the job easier. I would like you to do it with speed, because if you fail, they notice. The creatures notice.
Sirah, you also have engineering, right? No? I'm the only one with engineering. Good. I'm terrible
That's
at speed.
hacking. Is there any
Oh
like,
yeah, you could roll a
computer?
hack on this. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it is a
alright.
computerized.
Oh
So
yeah,
you guys can
you
help
should make
each
some
other?
rolls, Sam.
Yeah, Sam hasn't rolled like an.
I haven't rolled anything because I was just driving. Yeah, why don't I roll and you want to help me then?
Yeah, so you can make a hack at advantage.
And you
Also,
said it's
so-
with speed?
Also, it
With
sounds
speed,
like we
yes.
lost the opportunity to let you make a drive check and terribly fail at it.
I was expecting
that's
to
on the
have to,
return.
but all right. So,
Yeah, because on the return you got to make sure you don't bump the walls and ruin all
Fair,
your
because
hard
otherwise
work.
you damage
Right,
the
right,
layer
right.
that you just put on it.
No,
all
you're
right, so
going to
this
make
is
a
with
drive check when you
advantage.
get to the intersection to make sure you know you're going the right way.
I succeed on
Good job.
the
You critically
advantage.
succeed.
Nice.
So they do not notice. You are able to get the airlock closed, and now it is time for heavy machinery rolls to make sure you can put the sealant down before they start trying to break through the door.
Good.
If it, yeah, I will be at the ready with the SMG just in case.
Okay, so Sirah, make a heavy machinery. So it's a speed plus 10.
And I still have my eye.
Critical success.
On the
Okay,
prize.
you guys have nothing to fucking worry about.
Okay, cool. I'm good at
Hell
my
yeah.
Huzzah.
Hell yeah.
All right, so it's about time to start your return venture. It seems that the tunnel has been fully secured from any breaches. Any holes have been hyper proxy or hyper spackled closed. Any weak points in the previous barrier have been reinforced, but you guys are going to throw down another layer of it on your return voyage, but this time you guys aren't going to be cleaning up any rocks behind you. It's just a trip back. So we're going to make 3 drive rolls.
Oh boy.
All of,
One to turn the whole thing around to begin with.
No, the first 2 are going to be whether you damage any or cause a breach in your recently established sealant. And then one of them is if you get turned around at the intersection.
All right. And is this with speed or strength?
I could say speed or intelligence, personally.
All right, I will take speed then. All right, here's roll number 1.
Roll number 1, you
Failure.
cause unrecognized damage. You do not notice that you cause you hit a bump and you don't notice that it causes a scrape that removes the sealant that you had placed in this section.
Big oof. All right, try number 2. That's better.
That's a success. And now the third one is whether you get turned around or not.
Yep.
Hey, you guys start down this
no.
path.
I feel like we would notice after not very long because, like,
You notice once you get to the next oxygen spot, that's perfectly fine. You actually see a couple people there, and they're like, hey, get that out of the tunnel. There's people working here. It's dangerous.
Somewhere in my
And
mind,
you have to make a full...
Somewhere in
It
my mind,
appears
I'm imagining Milo behind Matt just like, keep driving.
It appears I have taken us the wrong direction. I apologize.
Well,
Now, the funny thing is backing up this thing takes forever, and there's absolutely no room to turn it around.
Yeah, so I imagine it's just taking us forever, like this whole time. That's just
way.
like 2.5 hours of just the infernal beeping of a truck backing up.
Yeah, pretty
yeah.
much.
I would like to pose a sanity check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it-
go for it.
I was gonna say that or a body
is a
check.
Maddening beats.
I
And everyone
failed.
take a stress because Patton
I
failed.
fail.
Oh, Matt critically failed.
Oh god, Matt is
Oof.
going in bananas.
No.
And Matt
Let's
still
see
needs
the
to
panic.
drive.
Okay,
All right.
you're fine. Oof. Okay. All right. So, one more drive check to make sure that you turn around the right way when you get to the...
and don't
All
damage
right.
this set of tunnels while we're at it.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
So you do manage to go the right way this time, but the entire corridor is the bonding agent that you put down. Wow, I've called it like 70 different things so far today. The sealant that you have put down in the intersection, the most important part for it to be secure, has been completely removed.
We have caused more damage than we fixed.
Perfect, flawless, no worries.
Is this part at least obvious for all of us that this entire section got damaged?
It's obvious that you scraped the walls, but you guys don't know enough about the sealant to know whether the original layer is still intact or not.
But there is damage at least, so we could be like, we already fucked some stuff
Just
up.
in
Maybe we
case.
should just like double layer this place if we can.
Give me a chemistry intelligence, someone, and
Me.
that'll determine.
Can I help? Can I do
Yeah,
that?
sure,
Help.
you can help.
Yay, have advantage.
Thank
There you
goodness.
go.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
so you guys notice the damage caused by the turning around of the vehicle. The vehicle itself's damaged, though.
Matt, you broke stuff. A lot
I
of
missed
stuff.
my old crew, and they were drug-ridden mutineers.
oh, come on. I'm trying here. I'm trying
You
the best I
mumble
can.
hate.
It
Matt.
appears I'm not as good at driving as I would have thought.
Now, Matt, How about we make a compromise? I try and fix the vehicle so people don't see the damage you caused to it. Then we go over and fix the hallway so people don't notice the damage that you caused to that. And then you might want to keep quiet about what happened in the room. And perhaps, the whole onion fight thing that happened. Just saying.
Let's see. Because in theory, Matt should be constitutionally incapable of doing this.
I know.
But I mean, the whole. Go ahead.
I want. That's it.
The whole concept behind this character was supposed to be like slow unraveling of like the programming and like her coming alive with this sort of sentience. So I'm gonna roll a D2 here, and we're gonna see if we start to see the first
if we
cracks
can break the
in
programming.
All right, if it's 1, she's just gonna be like, "I'm sorry, I can't do that, Milo," and on a 2, we'll be all right. Okay, yeah, no. So she looks.
She's
like,
gonna fucking say no.
I think there was like this like long pause where like she like blinks a couple of times, and it's like obvious that there's like something like going on in her head. And then
Your computer realizes that there's another algorithm path it could have taken here.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
And then after like that long like moment, she's just like, "I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to do that, Milo. I will have to report both the mistake I have made here as well as the mistake you have made with the oxygen tank."
Well, then I'm afraid I can help you here. Because then at
Okay.
least they won't all be angry at me.
Oh wait.
Excellent.
And he just like grabs the flask and just walks away and just like.
Yeah. Matt is like a little bit disappointed and doesn't really realize what that feeling is or why she would be feeling it, because that seems weird.
That must be super confusing. How about a
Yep.
sanity check?
Sure.
Yeah.
Especially since to her, sanity is the code that she runs on, and the code is starting to
Fail.
break. Oh boy.
Fail. Okay, so it stresses you out. You're going to have some sleepless recharge.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, exactly.
So, just trying to play into the theme of her slowly unraveling, might this be the one time where it might be fun to have a panic check on just a failure? To see how that would influence her? I'm just posting it out to
Sure,
everyone.
why
I'm
the
not saying
hell
that
not?
it must be done, but if everyone's like agreeable
Doesn't
on
matter.
that-
Success.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like, the algorithm takes over and you just, maybe for a moment we see you just be even more robot-like than normal. As you just like,
I
let's
think
run an
like
algorithm.
maybe I think like this would all be happening behind the scenes. Like Matt is like a far too advanced of an android for like anyone to notice this.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think like basically what was happening is like her brain is starting to go in pathways that aren't allowed, and like the learning algorithm is starting to make choices that
Yeah.
like some sort of governing chip or something is like, nope, and then just like hits a hard restart. So like that momentary pause was literally like her brain like restarting so that it wouldn't follow those those like forbidden pathways.
Cool.
I dig it.
Well, let's go file a report.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah, and that's about it for the eventfulness. Like, not too much more happens before you guys get back to the base. So once you're there, there is a depot to put the truck into, and one of the gearheads there is just like, "Oh, you guys really fucked this one up, hey?
I can fix it.
Look
I
at
can fix
this.
it for you if you
It's a
want.
wonder the thing even drove."
Hey,
And he's
don't look at
being
me. Look at that
boisterous
one
and
over
an
there.
asshole about the whole thing, just to be a boisterous asshole about it.
Yeah, no, Milo's gonna do the whole like trucker thing back at him. It's like, just be louder. It's like, what we're talking about doesn't even
That's
matter. It's
secure
just
to
a constant battle of being louder than the other.
It's like, I would have to fucking pay it, but it goes over my pay grade. I mean, if you want me to fix it, go make it a job and I'll fucking fix it for you. Yeah, that keeps going for a little while the rest probably like slinks off and just gets out of there.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Let's
just
not
like
be a
a
part of
back
that.
and forth, like
W-
yelling
once-
gearheads.
Once
Yeah.
we get past that, Patton is gonna be like, now that you've got the machismo out of your system, we should stop by the med bay and have that arm looked at.
Fair.
Don't
And I
trust
mean,
these fields.
it's probably also the moment, like, the scene ends with me just giving him a handshake and suddenly we're like fast friends. And he just walks over.
Mhm.
It's like, and then you say this, like, his face just goes all sour again, like,
Right, I mean, it's been feeling fine. And I kinda don't want them to look at it. You get what I mean?
I'll look at it, alright?
Yeah, but then we probably
I
better
just
do
would
that
prefer
at
to use
home.
their equipment.
Yeah, they're not gonna like that. And they're gonna put it on record. I don't know if you want it on record, but that might not be the best thing right now. Just keep a look at it. If it gets worse, you can bring me to the med bay. Otherwise, it's fine. It's just a little wound.
And yeah, when
I
you
want you to
like,
know
you
I don't
guys
like it.
obviously have to get checked out. They make sure that you haven't inhaled too much of this particular spray and stuff like that.
oh yeah, no,
They
Millo,
ask you about the last.
Milo is definitely, unlike the report to say what happened, he's definitely writing down that he saw weird shit while in that room, and that's why the lead alloy is everywhere. Which, he says it's the lead fumes, and people can then infer that it might be something of the weird shit going on in the tunnels, which is also like playing up. He's like pushing it all on that, like, it wasn't my fault, I was just going insane!
It wasn't my fault. I was just going insane.
I was
Yeah,
being
I'm sure
lead
that's-
poisoned.
Sound.
We totally
Awesome.
thought we heard an onion. It's fine.
Okay.
So, all right, you guys make it back. We drop the truck off. Matt, I'm pretty sure your directive is to head straight back up to HQ, where you will debrief the events of the
Yep.
the episode. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have too much to go over with that, unless you want to like have a conversation with your crew beforehand or afterwards.
No, unless like somebody has something to say to Matt, I think she just kind of disappears.
I think as Matt
Does
walks-
anybody have
yeah.
anything to say to Matt?
I think as I don't know. I want to say something right before Matt like walks away when she's probably already like halfway away from us. If someone else has something to say before that, feel free.
No.
Yeah, as Matt is walking away, there's just his son from a distance. Hey, Matt. Just waits to see if she reacts.
She turns around.
You drink?
I do not.
You want to try?
There's like another like long pause, and then she's like, I would like to try.
Tonight in the pit. And he just goes back to his business.
Yeah, and she nods, and turns around, and walks away. Actually, she probably says, okay. And then
Affirmative.
turns around and walks away.
Has been noted.
Excellent.
Yeah. And just like this
Surprising,
doesn't matter,
Milo.
but he like walks over to Roach just to make sure that they're not having another drugs day tonight. Because the narc is gonna be in town.
Okay, so you just let Roach know, like, hey,
Like,
look, we're gonna
yeah.
have
Pit
we're
is
gonna
not
have
the
company.
pit is not
Let's
safe
kind of keep.
tonight. Yeah. Pit is not safe tonight. Just have the normal kind of fun.
You've been
Okay.
playing a month.
She appreciates that. She probably was like, shit, well, I have to reschedule a couple things, damn it. But thanks for the heads up.
Right then.
Cool.
Sirah, I don't know if you have something to do, but you and I will have some new toys to play with.
Toys? What kind of toys?
Nothing. We just have our hobbies. You know how we were last time when you weren't down in the bar, so I guess we'll have to see you next time in the bar. Tonight, Pit.
Thinking of the... I do believe she owes us both a drink.
I do.
That
I
is
owe the
fair.
first round.
seems like we have a plan for tonight.
Yep.
We head to the
All
bar
right,
tonight.
Cut to the bar that night.
Yeah.
I do have a question, Matt. Do you inform HQ that you were invited to partake in drinks with your crew?
No.
You do not. Cool. Okay.
Ooh.
Awesome.
This seems
So
inconsequential.
you guys are at the pit. It's as ruckus as ever. Everybody's loud and drinking, and the liquor is gross and plentiful.
Now, I think we've had a conversation, Milo and I. We kind of skimmed over at the beginning. Either at some point during the break, during the days off between jobs, after I'd spoken to the redhead, or like just now after the job, but before we meet at the pit.
Mm-hmm.
When I had a moment with Milo, I would have mentioned that I have a lead on the way out of here. It's going to cost a lot of
Labor points.
labor points. I'm not going to get used to that.
Just call them LP.
Money. Either way. But what I'm saying is we should start
Saving up.
saving up. But I was just thinking, we've got all of this, and like gesture to our our new chemistry set. You're like, perhaps we should look into a side business, starting that up sooner rather than later.
He's trying to get interested in my hobbies now. Before I know you want to meet my parents. Darling,
Every episode always ends like this.
No, and he kind of like, he moves around because we've had it for a few days, so he's like,
Darling, how are you way ahead of you?
and he like pulls what seems like a stim pack from underneath a pillow, but you instantly notice, because you're also aware of chemistry, that it's a little bit darker than normal, and he like pulls the cork
It's
over
a
it.
premium cookie.
Yeah, but it's not per se a premium cookie, because he doesn't want the problems of premium cookie right in the middle of here, because that's gonna be trouble.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
But there's a smell that comes of this stim pack that shouldn't come off a stim pack. That makes you very aware. Like, it's not done yet. He says, he like points out like,
It's not done. But you probably sold this already for a decent amount. Let's then want to get the good shit.
Good.
I get that all of this is kind of new for you. And to be fair, it's not like I'm very experienced being an indentured servant. But I've been through some bad shit. This isn't my first time you do this shit, and let me give you a lesson. You don't get rich in these places by saving up, because you're never gonna earn enough, because you always need to spend more than you can give. You get out of this shit by getting a successful business and knowing the right people. Why do you think I'm inviting everyone to the fucking pit?
That is yet another place where you're talented, it seems. Everyone likes
Building a
you.
network.
I wouldn't call it talent, I would call it experienced. But hey. But who
Fix a full
knows?
habit of another, I'd say.
We seem to be having some good times together so far. If we were to have a pet project together, who knows what heights we can reach. You actually studied for this shit. All I did was just experiment a lot.
I can take a look at your recipes then.
Slash cuts to you guys owning tigers and living like Pablo Escobar on an asteroid.
Apparently, you never watched Breaking Bad.
it's always
that's
gonna
what's
end well
going
for
on.
drug lords, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I mean, I've got my own side projects too.
fair, but I don't think your explosives are gonna do that well around here.
She puts the chicken head on the table.
Maybe true, but I think they'll be quite useful in the future, even if it's only for our own personal gain.
If you can make high impact, low sound explosives, now that will be helpful.
see what I can do.
Or something non-traceable at the very
difficulty.
least.
That may be a little easier.
Always a good time where you can blow something up and no one will know it was you. Now,
Absolutely.
before any of the droids come by and listen in, how about we go to the pit?
All right then.
And this is where we kind of like smash cut back to Matt just looking around, being like,
Where are my friends?
"How is Matt in the
Friends?
pit?
What are friends?
Friends.
What is this experience for Matt?"
I think, yeah, I think she's just like kind of trying to like follow everybody else's lead and like do what they're doing. Right.
So Matt starts like really bad, like dancing, but only partially, like on their way towards the bar. Like,
Yeah. Well,
I know exactly what you mean.
yeah. So yeah, she's just like trying to blend in and like do what the other people are doing.
The group she walks by laugh and she laughs too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, it's the creepiest shit ever. Just the android walks by, just. That's the worst thing ever.
Terrible.
Yeah, no, we probably have a table or somewhere, because I don't see Milo being much of a dancer until he's had enough booze in him that that Patton can drag him onto the dance floor.
And the bar at the pit is always full, so you would probably have to take a high top.
Yeah. So she just like sits at the table and think she's like spending most of her time just like looking around, watching all the people, because it's like a very different setting than she would be used to.
To be fair, we probably have a pretty easy time getting a table because everyone wants to be away from the narc.
That's true.
So yeah, I think at some point as everyone's just sitting around, Milo just comes back with a bunch of like space bottles of space beer. And just puts them down. It's like,
You mean Sirah? Sirah would
Are we
come
on the
back.
first round or the second round?
This is the second round now, I guess.
You can just give me the labor point coins, and I can get them for us. To be fair.
Exactly.
Yeah, puts a ring down, sits down, puts his feet on the table. Just like,
Right. So, you never drunk something before, right? You're, I don't know how you guys work. What, can you, like, change what you taste on your tongue or something? Can you even taste how you work?
I do have taste receptors, however, it's not required for me to eat or drink.
No, I get that. But, I know, do you drink oil? I mean, this bile is close enough to oil, to be fair.
I do not drink oil.
Well, I don't know. Try and see if you can make it taste right.
and he just like shoves one of those bottles up to their side.
Yeah, I think she just like upends it and just like drinks the whole thing.
Wait. Before you do, you cheers each other.
And just holds up a glass expectantly, and Matt doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, she just like holds it, does the same thing Milo's doing, and just like
Dr.
holds it
Patton
up.
will help
Yeah.
by completing the cheers.
Yeah.
There you go. It's not that hard. Now you've learned. See, can we do it, Matt?
Like knocks against. Okay.
There you go. Nice.
Drinks it. Excellent.
Keep in mind, you have to look people in the eyes, or it's 7 years of bad sex. Wait, is that a thing for you? Oh, fuck it, never
It
mind.
is.
I don't want to think about all these things. Jesus.
I mean, maybe that's where we kind of like fade out on the evening.
Yeah, I think that's the end of the episode, to be
Yeah.
honest with
Yeah,
you.
perfect.
Awesome.
I have the revelation.
I liked a lot of what happened. I liked the slow deterioration of Matt as an android mind slave. I liked the 7 consecutive failures.
God,
You would.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
My rolls. Oh, my rolls.
They were delightful and amusing to me.
It's fine. I got the critical failure at the most critical spot, so it's totally
Yeah,
fine.
absolutely.
It's not like I'm not used to this already. This always happens.
So good.
So I guess we do experience, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh right, that is a
about
thing.
right.
Yeah. Everyone, 10 experience to begin with. Haha, that one I know.
Yeah, you take 10.
Okay, so now I'm at 20.
I'm waiting for the PDF to load because it's not loading. There it
So
is.
for everyone, level 2 is at 25 experience points, level 3 is at 15, level 4 is at 75.
Wait, I thought I already... Oh, it's 0 to 1.
Yeah, you start
Yeah,
at
0
0.
to 1.
I'm on level 2.
You don't need to roll panic checks
whoops.
anymore. We're
Yeah,
fine.
I don't know. I didn't mean to do that.
The boost came in, and you're overwhelmed now. That's perfect. Just to see. It's like, this is perfect. Boost came in like, whoa.
Panic.
Milo and Patton like,
We need to keep her back from the good shit.
Mhm.
So as far as the group experience, save another crew member's life. I do not believe, or yes, I do believe happened.
my life was
Is it
technically
me
saved by Patton.
when?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically it's Patton, but this seems like it's additional XP awarded to the group, not specific. Or no, it is based off a person. Never mind. So take 3 more experience, Dr. Patton.
Thank you.
Retrieve an ancient alien artifact. No, you're
We
getting
got it.
experience for you're getting experience for something else. Kill a creature with 70 plus instinct. Everybody take 2 experience for that.
Hey.
I am level 4 now.
Well, you're already at
Interface with
75?
strange being. No, the.
Oh, of course, yeah, because you also get the free. That's fair.
Okay, and then you get two experience. All of you guys, because all of you have the head of the thing, not just Dr. Patton. Get 2 experience for collecting genetic samples of creature.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
I have 74
Why, really?
experience points.
No.
Well,
Out of 75.
Well,
Did we interface with strange beings far beyond our scope and abilities?
I
No,
consider interface like
yeah.
trying to communicate.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But I will give you 1 experience as a Teamster, Milo, because you did heroically jump up and decapitate the thing while it was about to do. There was going to be a death rattle.
I was expecting one. I was
So
like,
there
no.
was- Yeah, there was going to be a death rattle, like another panic check and then like another slam. But you saved Sirah from that, and since we discussed adding that, since we're doing
Yes.
doing away with the undiscovered planet for this setting, you get that 1 experience. Unfortunately, Matt, you did not get an experience for your class optional experience. You, however, Dr. Patton, do get an additional experience for the head, just because
It's not a living organism or a piece of alien technology, is it?
It's
I mean, the cells might
it's
still
not
be living.
necessarily
Like,
it's
you
not
have-
necessarily
yeah.
dead yet, though. So
Okay. I'll take that XP, it's fine.
And even then, even if it is quote unquote dead, the cells on it you can put on like a petri dish and start seeing how they grow and
Have you
interact.
seen my luck with petri dishes?
yeah, they've been pretty trash.
We have a chemistry set now. We can do some shit.
Okay.
Sirah, you wrote down all of the other experience. Unfortunately, you did not gain the extra experience for like saving somebody's life.
Okay.
It's just flamethrowers
So,
needed to be close by. So hey, you were in trouble.
Dr. Patton is leveling up. Are you leveling up, Matt?
Yeah, because I was on 74 and then it got 1. Oh, sorry.
Milo
I
is.
heard
Milo
Matt and I
is.
thought Milo for some reason. I don't know.
No, I'm at 24.
Oh, you're at 24.
Aww.
Okay,
I'm
and
half
what
of the student.
what are you at, Sirah? I can't hear you.
41.
41. 41.
That means you're level 2.
Yeah. Which you should already be level 2?
No, I just got to level 2.
Oh, okay. Oh, you said 31, not 41. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. So leveling up, same as it always is. Your major improvement is either improve one stat by 5 and another by 3 for a maximum of 85, or improve 2 saves by 4 each for a maximum of 85.
I'm putting 5 in strength and 3 in intellect, which means I'll have an even 50 in intellect now, and 61 in strength.
Okay. Nice.
I put 5 in intellect and 3 into speed.
Cool. All right, and what about you, Sirah?
I'm going to put 5 into strength and 3 into combat.
Cool. All right, and then you all gain 1 resolve unless you want to heal all your stress.
I'm gonna gain the resolve.
I'm actually slightly conflicted here. I like Millo and
Yeah,
high
you
stress.
have 10. You have
I like Millo and high
10
stress,
stress.
and we're gonna have break time probably. We're not gonna have a grand mission tomorrow again, so I have some time to rest if I need to.
Yeah, I've got 9 stress, and I'm gonna take the resolve.
Cool.
Let me check how resting works again for like removing stress. Just in case. Because if I can remove a decent amount of stress through rest, then that might be the better option. Getting rid of stress is a lot like healing from a rest. When you're released 6 hours, you can attempt a fear save to relieve your stress. If you're successful, then you can relieve 1 stress for every 10 points of save success. Okay, so I need to make a fear save for 6 hours of rest. If I succeed, that's at least 1, and for every 10 that I'm past the thing that I have for fear, it's 35, so that's not very low, but very high. I get an additional point, and if we go for like 2 or 3 days of rest perhaps, then I might, at best, maybe get rid of like 3 to 6 points, unless I crit a lot, which would double it. You know what? Fuck it. I'll take a resolve. I wanna see what happens when someone panics out. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be the guinea pig. It's fine.
I mean, you only have 1 more stress than me, so it could go either way.
A grand and glorious 11.
Right.
So,
and everybody should be keeping track of their own stat or skill points. That's
get 2 more, so I'll have 3 total. So I might be getting a master in something at this point, but I'll have to look what the connections are again. I mean, I have brought up cybernetics. I might just get cybernetics, or I might get artificial intelligence to see how well I can fuck with Matt's brain.
Wow.
So I'm gonna take pathology, just so y'all know.
Pathology is a cool one.
Study of cause and effect of disease. So
Yeah. Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. So guys, I believe that is the episode. If we wanted to start up some outros, hey, we may actually end at exactly 9 o'clock.
That will be cool. Very well. Well, let's then move on to the first one out of all of them. Kelsa, your turn.
hello, I'm Kelsa. You can find me on Twitter at Kelsa, Twitch and YouTube. It's Kelsa Delphi. I play role-playing games on the internet. In addition to playing Dr. Patton here on Sundays with Outro as the GM. On Thursdays, I am the GM over on Party Wipe Games, where Outro plays a doctor in a different space opera, much lighter, I should say, in Scum and Villainy.
Well, you don't like a rom-com?
Don't
I
worry.
do, though.
Don't worry. One day, Triage will have to bust out her sci-fi horror lab coat.
I am looking forward to it. to be perfectly honest. I love all of Triage's lab coats. They are amazing and a fantastic part of her character. I love all of those characters. Talking about characters that I love, I also play D&D on the Greyhawk channel on Tuesdays during the day, Pacific time, where I play Bajko, the half-orc barbarian. He just recently took revenge on the man that murdered his sister, and now he doesn't know what he's doing with his life. Apparently, he has to stop the Savage Tide or some weird demon bullshit. It's just along for the ride
just
right
demon
now.
bullshit after this thing.
Just beating
fine.
things up with
Yeah.
weapons.
Pretty much. I mean, my Warhammer's pretty sweet now. It's all magical and shit.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah, also on my channel on Mondays, we're going to be doing a series of one-shots. That is on Mondays, right? And on Saturdays is Republic City by Night, which is a Legend of Korra inspired Forged in the Dark game, where we are the Jidao detectives, and we are some up-and-coming detectives in Republic City about 5 years before the Avatar shows up. And it's a lot of fun.
I've heard you say the word Korra so many times that I now need to rewatch the entire series. Just needs to happen now.
You should. It's really good.
I know.
Like my character Anzu, I'm really embracing, like, she's always wearing a different hat, like, because in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, like, hats were really big, and so it's like kind of her deal is she always has a hat. And like
Nice.
describe her apartment of just being like stacks of hat boxes and like a bare mattress.
I'm only halfway through book 3 of Avatar and have not watched.
Oh,
Yeah.
you need
Legend of Korra.
at
Yeah,
least
I've
finish
watched
Atla. Atla is so good. Like Korra has its
Yeah.
problems, and I'm very much aware of that. It just also does some things really well. But the original series is just so good.
I agree. Anyway, that's me.
Awesome.
I would also like to point out for everyone who's watching this, if you too want that sweet release of the sexual tension, level 10 is where it's at. Keep us alive. We need to get to level 10. Before that, you're gonna be left waiting. Will they, won't they? You'll never know until we're both retire. All right.
That's the way to do it, though.
Fair. Moving all along, let's see. We have a thing that's not set up right. Ha! Let's move along to the other one that's wrong.
Wait a minute.
There we go. That one's right. Let me fix it in the meantime.
Hi, I am Sam, Wise Fool on Discord, with D-Wizened Fool on Twitter. I am going to be playing in a Dark Crystal game on Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Unmade Gaming's channel. I also have this Battletech thing that's going to be in the works, but is probably not going to be anywhere you can watch it for at least a couple weeks, probably more like a month. So yeah, that's going to be coming, and otherwise, until then, I'm here and on Unmade Gaming's channel.
Well, how nice. You're so quick that I'm not done fixing yet.
I am the quickest of boys.
Not entirely true. Here, this is not entirely how we normally do it, but outro, your turn, because you are fixed right now.
Hi, I'm Outro. This is my channel. I play video games and sometimes
Don't
tabletop
do
role
this
playing
fast.
games. I'm done.
Stop
Bye.
it. No, take your time. Talk about what you're doing.
Yeah, so recently I've grown addicted, obsessed, infatuated with the game Enter the Gungeon. I love it so much, it's killing my soul a little bit. But I'm also playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which is the most Japanese of JRPGs available at the moment, where you play pop idols that are infused with the spirit of Fire Emblem characters.
That is so anime.
And
Japan
it's
again.
created by the people who made Persona. So it's like it's so many tiers of JRPG. It's not even funny. Other than that, I am here on Sundays playing Bag of Bones, or running Bag of Bones, I should say. And on Thursdays, I am over on Party Web Games channel where I play Triage, a doctor in a Scum and Villain game. And it is a blast. I love every minute of that show. And yeah. That's
Well,
about
how
it.
nice. Now let us move on to Nerdfuffle now that that's fixed. Because thank you, Outro, for taking your time.
Hi, I'm Nerd Buffalo. You can catch me here on Sundays playing Bag of Bones, where I'm trying not to die. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at Nerd Buffalo, where I do art stuff occasionally, but it's mostly my dogs. I think it's my dogs. Yeah,
Fair. Dogs are good, let's be fair.
dogs are good.
And with that, I believe it is also the time that I'm supposed to use this box. So there's information there. That information is very much true. You can follow me down there with those things. And I don't know. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that's cool, but expect a lot of nerdy shit about what was it? Numa statistics or whatever. When we talked about at the start.
Yeah.
Oh God, what was it?
I'm just gonna mix it with the new like Critical Role book. I'm just gonna call it Numamency instead of Dunamancy. I'm a Numamencer now. You
need to change your shout out.
Numismatics.
Numismatics.
You need to
okay.
change your shout out to say one part numismatician.
Numistatist.
Numismatist.
Maybe I'll add it in.
It might be numistatician.
But yeah, if you want to keep up to date with that, basically the project that I'm working on right now, that's kind of like a little passion project, is trying to bring a little bit more of a realistic medieval currency system to stuff like D&D and Pathfinder, because in general, all of those are very capitalistic, which is not per se a problem, but doesn't really fit well with feudalism. And it's super interesting and highly nerdy, so lest ye be warned, you're entering the realm of nerdy. Just so you know. Besides that, I don't know, the pretty shit you see today, half of that is made by me, the other half is made by Outro. And all of these amazing people, and I want to
you made everything else.
and all of these amazing and pretty and awesome people here, I want to thank them for being amazing and playing this with me, and now I want to go to bed. Bye!
Bye.
So yeah, everyone wave, we're gonna go. See you later,
Goodbye,
everyone.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.